crew members died in the crash of a KC-135 refueling aircraft last week during combat operations against Iran. The plane went down in Iraq. A second aircraft involved in the incident was able to land safely. A total of 13 service members have been killed in the war and roughly 200 others wounded, the Pentagon says.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The president's decision-making on Iran, a main focus at a Senate hearing on worldwide threats with top intelligence officials.
Georgia Democratic Senator John Ossoff highlighted National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard's written testimony in which she wrote Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated and there had been no efforts to rebuild enrichment capability. Ossoff asked if despite that she considered Iran an imminent threat.
Yes or no?
It is not the intelligence community's responsibility to determine what is and is not an imminent threat.
Okay.
That is up to the president
here's the problem.
Based on a volume
no,
of information
it is precisely
that he receives.
It is precisely your responsibility.
Gabbard says they do assess that the Iranian regime is intact but degraded and said if it survives, they will try to rebuild their missile and drone forces.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Uncertainty at the Fed about how much fighting in the Middle East would impact the U.S. economy and for how long.
The thing I really want to emphasize is that nobody knows. The economics effect could be bigger, they could be smaller, they could be much smaller or much bigger. We just don't know.
Chair Jerome Powell, as the Fed for now forecasts slightly higher growth and inflation this year and leaves interest rates unchanged. America is listening to Fox News.
For years, I've talked about Relief Factor. You've heard stories about the people who finally found real relief after trying the 3-week quick start. I'm one of those stories. My pain had become so bad that I was starting to believe that my best days were behind me. This was like 10 years ago. Relief was not in the picture until I tried Relief Factor. They are always striving to help people get out and stay out of pain. And remarkably, Relief Factor has made their already trusted formula even better. They've added premium black pepper extract because apparently that helps your body absorb the high-quality key ingredients more efficiently. So in simple terms, it helps your body get even more benefit from what you're already taking. And that matters. If you're going to take something daily, you want your body actually using as much of it as possible. So if you've been listening to me talk about Relief Factor for a while, this is your moment. Or if you're already taking it, you're now going to get the enhanced formula designed to work even smarter. Start with a 3-week quick start. It's $19.95 at relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. How will it feel to be out of pain? relieffactor.com.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? With the absent Pete Davis. Out gallivanting around someplace. And the founder at the controls and the mechanical mangler. And
I'm here.
Later on, we'll have, I think, Baseball Joe's going to be joining
Morning Joe will help us out today.
All right, excellent. Well, of course, Morning Joe is no longer Morning Joe. He's basically Joe Baseball now.
So you changed his name. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I had to change his name. Well, because now we have the new, Bryce.
Morning, Bryce.
And I guess he threatened to quit if he had to come back again today.
He had fun. He enjoyed
Mr.
it.
Dickey's office and said, I'm not doing that again. God, poor guy. I don't blame him. I mean, it's kind of rough on the kid, So anyway, asking him questions about, life and stuff. And what do you
want to be when you grow up?
I'm seriously, and it's, especially coming. And by the way, Pete Davis is off gallivanting, so and we'll just keep you posted. So he's off today, and there we go. Anyway, Kimmer and Flounder and Joe Baseball later. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Now, because we don't have the normal, Pete as part of the thing, the show has will take on a different kind of form only because it's a little less of the immediate reaction and stuff like that. So if you'd love to join us, we'd appreciate it, whichever in mind, because there's a lot of stuff going on. In fact, I've had it up to here with that hearing today about the new director, Mullin. I mean, we're going to play a whole bunch of sound bites, and then you tell me what you think. In fact, I may be totally out of line here, but I'll tell you, I'm up to here. Oh, and did you hear Senator Oswald from Georgia trying to be a big boy? Yeah, he said, yes or no, Tulsi Gabbard, is Iran a threat or not? And she said, it's not my job to say whether it's a threat. My job is to get the information so people can decide whether it's a threat. I mean, so, a little bit of Hollywood, trust fund baby from Georgia trying to keep his freaking job. He's linked to, in fact, Neil Bortz's commentary today that also Senator Oswald is the number one most vulnerable senator in America for election. So anyway, there you go. And I thought he was going to fix a post office. I've had 3 different examples of delayed mail in the last 3 months, just for the record. Anyway, Kemmer and Pete's off and Flounder.
Months, more like years.
Yeah, I know. Well,
the postal system's always been kind of a...
Well, yeah, but they, since they tried to put a new system in that Pleasantdale sorting center, every piece of mail that comes in and out of Georgia, no matter where, goes there.
So.
And so,
which causes a delay.
Well, there you go. So when I mail my rent payment to the owner who lives also in Alpharetta. And I live in Alpharetta.
But it has to go there, then
7 or 8 days. Yeah, it does. It does. And I'm not, I'm not changing. I'm not going all electronic, even though they try to do it to me. But anyway, I don't want to keep complaining about that. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. It's getting a little warmer. And so other than that, the sun's out, so everything's going to be fine. We had Senate hearing, the confirmation hearing. Tulsi Gabbard is testifying on worldwide threats, and these freaking Democrats are trying to make it all goofy goof. We'll talk about all that kind of stuff. Also, Team USA. Now, Flounder, did you watch the game last night?
I fell asleep, but it was a nail biter for a while.
I watched part of it, but I can't. There's no way
I was asleep.
And so, but I'm up early, so I turned on ESPN and try and highlights on Fox News and stuff. But we'll talk about the game. In fact, I don't know. I mean, I feel bad that we didn't win. I guess it's the second straight time that we got short.
Because we lost to Japan 3 years ago.
Yeah. And so anyway, but you got to Venezuela. I mean, they came out of nowhere. Who the hell's Venezuela's baseball players?
Acuna.
Yeah, that's right. So he's got to be happy as hell. He
said it's one of the proudest moments of his life. He says he loves being a Brave, but this was representing his country.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree. I don't have a problem with it.
No.
I don't think it's a thing. I don't think it's a political thing any more than I think the hocky thing was a political thing.
And
it's a freaking game.
I think they're adding baseball back to the Summer Olympics as well.
Yeah, have they made it official? I think we were talking about. Yeah. And although it
should be. It's America's sport.
Yeah, but I honestly know I'm going to get reamed on this, but I don't think. Well.
Say it. Say it.
But the Greeks didn't play baseball. I'm sorry. They threw things. They had like big heavy weights and they tossed them around. They had freaking spears. I can throw the spear over there. They call it a javelin. It's a freaking spear. They used to stab elephants from 200 yards and stuff. They didn't play baseball in the Olympics. It was racing and running and wrestling each other to the ground and anyway. But now we have, freaking ping pong, which is a great sport. I love ping pong. We had a ping pong table, and my family, we used to do the Japanese backhanded thing. So we got pretty good at it.
I had a ping pong table in our basement.
It's fun. It's great fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Same with pool tables. We had pool. I don't think that belongs in the Olympics either. It's just anyway. So, but and now I'll watch baseball. It'll be great. Just because it's more baseball. But it's also in the summertime, and so that's always a thing about Major League Baseball and Olympic baseball. Anyway, I feel a funny thing about the fact that I really don't think baseball is
should be in the Olympics.
The Greeks,
with the popularity of the WBC,
I guess I agree. See that they have the World Championship. So what? Anyway, again, I'm probably in the minority here, but I'm being honest with you, as I always will be, just for the record. And again, so congratulations, Venezuela. That was a hell of a.
No, sir, I don't like it.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. And Donald Trump says, "Hey, statehood." One word, statehood. Donald Trump, a simple one-word post on his Truth Social, statehood. Venezuela defeated Italy tonight, 4-2 this the other night. They're looking really great. And again, statehood number one, and they won. Then when they won, he said, statehood. And people were saying, no, it's a terrible idea. It would cost us trillions of dollars. If all of a sudden Venezuela became our state, you don't think that'd be expensive? He said it was just, it's just a game. You don't have to make them a state. Just so you could say
the long-term profitability we would get out of having Venezuela?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think Cuba is about to become a possession or a territory or some link to America, and I think everybody's going to be better for it. The Cuban people will be better for it. Linked to America, also the safety of the Caribbean and the Central and South America. I don't know. It seems to me that it's...
Will Cuba become like a luxury resort place?
Well, absolutely. Like the gangsters turned it in the 50s. You haven't seen it, Tony Soprano and those guys. And who's the one, Godfather and stuff, I mean, sure. That was the playground of the mob. That's where they all went. And by the way, Cuba's beautiful, beaches and all that stuff. And anyway, so I think that's coming. I think it's coming. And I think we're going to take Venezuela and not take it, but I think we're going to make a deal with them whereby they're going to be relying on us. And then, if Donald Trump can do all this stuff in another 2 years or 2.5, whatever years, it would be very hard for the Democrats, if they ever get control again, to change it.
Well, with the midterms coming up, if they take the House or the Senate, will he be able to get any of this done?
No, they're going to. If they take the House, they'll impeach him. First, and again, to impeach means you charge. An impeachment is not even the trial. The impeachment trial is a guilty or not guilty.
Democrats have ruined impeachment status. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
I'm hoping that when they do it, and I was reading about a poll this morning that said if the Democrats win the Congress, the off-year elections coming up, if the Democrats win, there's a 70% chance they'll impeach Donald Trump. And I'll bet you that it won't be only Fetterman who will say, no, that's stupid. You're getting, for the exact same reason that you just said. It's,
I actually think Hakeem Jeffries has advised against it. Because it's not going to do anything.
They're going to look like idiots.
It's not going to do one thing for them.
You're going to be once again bitching and moaning and everything else. And also, unfortunately, Biden pardoned everybody involved in the January 6th fake committee meeting, all that stuff, and all the people involved in the coup against Donald Trump. So it's hard for us to, slam dunk all the people, so they really wouldn't even be able to do something like that. But I don't know. I mean, they're going after. They're never going to stop. But we'll see. Anyway, we'll see. And by the way, we're going to play a lot of sound today from the hearing between Rand Paul and Mullin. The Senate Homeland Security Chair is Rand Paul, and Donald Trump's nominee to be head of the Homeland Security Department, Senator Markwayne Mullin. Confirmation hearing, and holy cow. And a lot of them got involved in it. And then there was also the hearing with the on international affairs and the world of terror threats and so forth with Tulsi Gabbard and some generals and the head of the CIA and, a whole bunch of people. So we got all that kind of stuff coming too. Also, let's see. We got so many things. I was listening to the morning show this morning, and they were very kind talking about the Kimmer and how I don't try to bother them at 5:30 or 6 in the morning. I wait to bother them until later.
I haven't bothered me at 5:30.
I bothered the hell out of you, but I haven't bothered the morning show since Quarter Pounder left because I don't have Bryce's phone number, so I can't text them anything. So I don't have any of their phone numbers. So so there's no way I can bother them anymore. I haven't bothered them in months. But anyway. So anyway, boys, I'm glad you're listening, and we'll have. In fact, coming up, we're going to talk about crazy eyes and text dating flirting. Very bizarre. Anyway, Kipper at Pizza Off and Flounder and Joe Baseball is coming in later. 313-1063. How you doing? Beautiful day. Look out.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's extra1063.com.
Okay, here we go. I love sales. I love deals, and I love family businesses. And that's my buddy Jeff, and his lovely bride probably answering the phone at Peach State Windows, and if they got a deal, and again, I love specials and things you really take advantage of. And by the way, this is for 8 double hung big time Charlie windows. This is a great offer. Premium Energy Star double hung replacement windows, 8 of them fully installed for just $39.95. 8 windows under $4,000 installed, and you won't see those big national companies offering stuff like that. Plus, for the local business, he's right here. There's not stringers and stuff like that. I've been working working with Jeff the first time, I guess, about 25 years ago or something. So they get, family businesses, they go above and beyond because they know what you're doing. It's hard to compete out there, and they can sure take on the big boys with deals like this. And how about a little something extra? How about 0% financing for 12 months? How about that deal? Here's a number, 770-485-8011. Built for Georgia homes, installed by people who know them too. Jeff and the gang, PeachStateWindows.com.
Hey, it's front office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Walker. March is here, Georgia, and that means it's time to bring your lawn back to life. Get over to Howard Brothers and find your Walker mower to make that happen. Designed for complete control and a beautiful finish to the lawn, Walker makes spring work feel effortless. From the pros to the homeowners, you can take pride in the work your Walker mower does. So, ready to upgrade your cut? Head to Howard Brothers and experience the Walker difference yourself.
The Georgia Swarm are celebrating the best sports fans in the South. Join us for Fan Appreciation Night on Friday, March 20th at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Be there for giveaways and a post-game autograph session on the field. It's all presented by Coastal States Bank. Swarm fans, you guys make the Hive buzz, and we want to thank you so much. Get your professional lacrosse tickets today at georgiaswarm.com for Friday, March 20th at 7:30 p.m. Gas South Arena. That's georgiaswarm.com.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we've forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bank Shares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bank Shares, member FDIC.
Georgia Tech football season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seat in Bobby Dodd Stadium at Hyundai Field to watch head coach Brent Key and the Yellow Jackets take the field in key matchups versus Colorado, Tennessee, and ACC foes. Has a man wide open over the middle, catches the 15, and cruising in for the touchdown. 52 yards, and they made it look easy. Visit RamblinRack.com/tickets to get your tickets today. Sting 'em.
The smartest self-defense decision isn't made in the moment. It's made before the danger ever appears. Because when you pull a firearm trigger, you're not just stopping a threat. You might be starting a chain of legal, financial, and emotional consequences that can follow you for years. That's why more responsible Americans are choosing to lead with less lethal force. Byrna less lethal launchers fire tear gas and kinetic rounds designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you the time to escape, create distance, and get help without using deadly force. It's a smarter first response. Your college-age kids can carry it. Your spouse can use it. Even aging parents can handle it confidently. Byrna's best-selling compact launcher is sleek, it's slim, and it's incredibly powerful. It's built for discreet, everyday carry, and it's legal in all 50 states. No background checks. It just ships directly to your door. So protect yourself. Protect your future. Start with less lethal. Visit Byrna.com and find the right launcher for your family. That's Byrna.com.
Look out. Hey, doggies. A little Chuck Berry for you here. Passed away at the age of 90 on this day in 2017. Yeah, who was there with you? Chuck Berry, songwriter, singer, guitar picker, one of the pioneers of rock and roll. Songs like Maybelline, Roll Over Beethoven, Rock and Roll Music, Johnny Be Good, and one they don't mention here. Flounder, if I said what's the most, the song that you, well, maybe you don't, but the song that you might affiliate with Chuck Berry, what would you say?
My Ding-a-Ling?
My Ding-a-Ling.
Is that what was on there? I should have played that.
It's not on here. That's what's amazing to me is on this particular list didn't even mention My Ding-a-Ling, which is probably the most one of the most iconic, ironic, strange songs that anyone's ever done, let alone Chuck Berry. Anyway, he had all these hits, and Chuck Berry's funeral, he died on this day at the age of 90, 2017. His funeral was rock and roll distinctive as well, held in April in 2017. His cherry red Gibson guitar was bolted to the inside of his lid of his coffin, and the Rolling Stones sent a flower arrangement shaped like a guitar. Ding, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. And I don't remember the story behind this or anything about it, but it was just, Chuck Berry did this song, and holy cow, I remembered for it for years and years and years. Let's see, by the way, our birthday list, I've always been confused about this, and I've always been told I'm wrong, and I don't think I'm wrong, and I don't get it. Vanessa Williams is her birthday today. She was born in 1963. On this day, the woman is 63. Now, here's the thing. If on this birthday list, it says Vanessa Williams, 63, her biggest hits, Save the Best for Last. She was married to Rick Fox in the 90s for 5 years. They had a daughter born in 2000. That's all it says about this Vanessa Williams, 63 years old. When I Google to find out more about Vanessa Williams, it's Vanessa L. Williams. Her middle name is Lynn. And it says nothing about music, but it says this. She's known for her roles in Ugly Betty, Shaft, Eraser. Also, she was the first Miss Black America who had to give up the title because of the nude photos. So remember all the story about her there. And she also was won a scholarship to Syracuse University. Now, every time I said that, the first Miss Black America, Vanessa Williams, they say, oh, that's not the singer. It is the singer. It's got to be the same girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody says, oh, that's not the girl who sings. Yes, it is. I've been arguing about this for 20 years or something, or more. How can she be 63? See, that's what doesn't make sense. That can't be right.
It's there on paper.
I know.
It comes from the internet, so it's got to be true.
Something's wrong. And again, there's something, I don't get it. It's got to be two different girls, because she wasn't 40 when she was in Playboy. So anyway, I'm sorry. That's what happens with where's AI when you need it? I thought they had all this settled out. Anyway, Pete's off. Kimmer Pete is going, and Flounder and Joe Baseball is going to be in here a little bit here. Help out on the board while Flounder comes in here for the thing. For number 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And by the way, I made a meatloaf, and I took a picture and put it on Facebook and YouTube of when I make meatloaf. I use a little over a pound, because that's what comes in the store. It's usually about 1.2 or 1.3 pounds. Anyway, so and when I make the meatloaf, I put 3 jumbo eggs to mix in with it with all the other stuff. And when I cracked the eggs and put them in there, of the 3 jumbo eggs, 2 had double yolks. And it's like my number thing when you wake up at 3:33 or 2:22. It happens all day. It happened again yesterday. And I damn near reached for my phone to try to take a picture, and then it went 3:34, so I couldn't do it. I swear to God, it's a true story. I woke up at 3:33, reached for my phone, 3:34. So I forgot it. But my daughter Jennifer goes crazy because she just can't get a double yolk. And I used to, eat whatever I get them all the time. And I send her a picture of it, and she hates me now. Pissed. She's so angry. And I got 2, and she never gets it. Anyway, it's a silly little thing. But it happens all the time. I think a lot of it probably is because they're jumbo eggs. And I assume with a chance of a great big egg, chances are that by genetics or something, it has a chance. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, so and by the way, the meatloaf, it's kind of loose. I don't know why. I'm sure it's cooked, but I don't know. Now, maybe I put in too much. I put a lot of splashes of various things, steak sauce and Heinz 57, and I put some, I put like 4 or 5 different spices this time, and my Bell seasoning, all kind of stuff, and a lot of the corn, not flakes, what do you call them? I just went
breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs. Anyway, so now if you don't like it, throw it away. It's no big deal. But it came out a little loose. I don't know why.
I'll be the judge of that. We got Joy on the horn.
Oh, Joy. Hey, Joy. We're jumping for Joy on the radio. Joy, welcome aboard. How you doing? What's up? Hi, Dal.
Oh, I'm doing great. I just wanted to go back to Miss Vanessa Williams. All that went down in the mid to late 80s.
So that was 40 years ago.
I think that's about 40 years ago.
God, I guess that's right.
She's forever young, I guess.
I suppose.
I'm jealous.
Well, I mean, she was a beautiful woman. I mean, my Lord. But I'm telling you, did you ever see those pictures? I did.
Maybe in the way back day.
Well, I tell you what, I did, and I was flabbergasted. I mean, it wasn't just nudie pictures of her posing, on a chaise lounge or something with her clothes off. No. It was doing various things with another girl, among other things. Yeah.
Nowadays it wouldn't be that bad, but
Well, I mean, it was
back then. It was a little sketchy.
It was very severe. Let's say it was very shocking.
Yeah, enough to get you kicked out.
Yeah, there you go. All right, sweetie. Thank you, Joy.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have a better day now. What a sweet. Now, love her voice, just happy and sweet. And you know what? And frankly, I know this is silly. And again, because Pete's not here, so it's just for some reason I'm feeling way more sort of relaxed and kind of loose, and I don't give a damn. In fact, I'm thinking of going to the freaking driving range on Friday because it's supposed to be warmer before I come to work and hit balls. I mean, I'm really actually thinking about it, which is stupid.
You need to do that. No, you just do it. Just do it.
I know. Because I found the secret. I'm so excited. And of course, it's too late now to do it. But I found the secret. Anyway, now the meatloaf. Well, never mind anything else with that shit. But I try it. In fact, I'm thinking of putting it in the air fryer tonight for a couple of minutes. See if that toughens it up a little, maybe. I don't know.
I would probably try that over the microwave.
Yeah. I usually just heat it in the microwave with my gravy. So anyway, all right, Kimmer, Pete's off, Flounder, and Joe Baseball coming up later. Oh, by the way, also, I'm going to play some sound bites here before we forget. The other day, I guess it was yesterday, I was talking about the article, the cartoon on me, making fun of me for telling the guy to jump off the 12-foot overpass over the 285 or something of 20, 30 years ago. And I'm sure it was creative loafing. The newspaper
it had to be creative loafing.
Yeah, it had to be creative loafing. I was thinking it was something called something else, but no, it wasn't Ron Hudspeth. It was definitely creative loafing. So, and thank you for trying to help me out there. It's just, names go bye-bye. Anyway, Flounder, let's do this. Okay, Rand Paul and Markwayne Mullin had at it today in the meeting of the nomination for him by the Homeland Security Department in the Senate, and Rand Paul's the chairman of the committee. Confirmation hearing. First, Flounder, we'll go set this up. Let's play cut number 2. This is Rand Paul telling America why he doesn't like Markwayne Mullin. Cut number 2.
You told the media that I was a freaking snake and that you completely understood why I had been assaulted. I was shocked that you could justify and celebrate this violent assault that caused me so much pain and my family so much pain. I just wonder if someone who applauds violence against their political opponents is the right person to lead an agency that has struggled to accept limits to the proper use of force. You might argue you were mad and upset about being confronted by your constituents. But Senator Mullin, your constituents are justifiably upset with you. By now, most of America knows that the Somali welfare fraud in Minnesota stole over $9 billion. But instead of defending your vote, you took the vote to continue these refugee welfare programs. You chose to lash out at me. You went on to brag that you'd already told me to my face that you completely understood and approved of the assault. Well, that's a lie. You got a chance today. You can either continue to lie or you can correct the record. You have never had the courage to look me in the eye and tell me that the assault was justified. So today you'll have your chance. Today I'll give you that chance to clear the record. Tell it to my face. If that's what you believe, tell it to me today. Tell the world why you believe I deserve to be assaulted from behind, have 6 ribs broken, and a damaged lung. Tell me to my face why you think I deserved it.
Mentioned that, see. Yeah, the hearing on whether Rand Paul's... Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't the hearing. All right, now let's play cut number 3 now. Here's Markwayne Wayne Mullin responding to it. And then, holy smokes, Flounder, cut number 3, if you would, sir.
I simply addressed that I said I could understand because of the behavior you were having, that I could understand why the neighbor did what he did. As far as my terms of the snake in the grass, sir, I work around this room to try to fix problems. I've worked with many people in this room. Seems like you fight Republicans more than you work with us. I did address those remarks. I did explain your gimmicks by the amendment you put forth. And as far as me saying that I invoke violence, I don't. I don't think anybody should be hit by surprise. I don't like that. But if I do have something to say, I'll say it publicly and I'll say it privately, but I'll never say it behind your back. So for you to say I'm a liar, sir, that's not accurate. For God's sake. And I got proof to say that because you have spent millions of dollars in my campaigns against me because we just don't get along. However, sir, that doesn't keep me at all from doing my job. I can have different opinions with everybody in this room, but as Secretary of Homeland, I'll be protecting everybody, including Kentucky, as much as I will my own backyard in Oklahoma.
It's the Republican show once again. Here we go. And by the way, coming up next, you're going to hear the soundbite of the two of them back and forth at the point at which I'm starting to lose my mind. What the hell happened to the Republican Party nationwide in this country? And here we go. The hearing was not about Rand Paul. Got your feelings hurt because of what your other senators said. My God, man. 3:30, Pete's off. Kimmer Flounder. Joe Baseball is in the house. He's in the I didn't bring him I have no cookie for I'm so sorry. Oh, God. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
If Minnesota has shown us anything, it's that the left will side with rioters over America. The real immigration crisis is inside blue cities, whose years of soft on crime, open border policies are now colliding with public safety. Atlanta's conservative news and talk station won't be swayed by headwinds of left-wing media. We'll always give you the facts from the most trusted voices in the country. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, I had a little scare one the other day when I lost my wallet, at least for the afternoon, got it back. But again, you know, if I had been gone, luckily, Atlanta Safe House to the rescue for you, me, and everybody else, too. Because when you have things, documents you don't want to lose, or if you lose, you have copies of something, and that's where I would have been able to find this stuff. Oh, man, you hate losing stuff like that. And so when you think of safes, you know, Atlanta Safe House in Alpharetta, their new location, Union Hill Road in Alpharetta, and to celebrate the move down there, they got like Margaret's telling me 500 of them right there ready to go. Sales and specials and rebates. They're famous for the rebates. Browning, that was my first gun safe. Browning, Fort Knox, all the top brands. And incidentally, you know, you figure safes, we talk about gun safes all the time. Pistol safes are, you know, different shapes and sizes, things you take in the trunk of your car if you're doing something, you're going somewhere. I mean, you know, they got all kinds of shapes and sizes. They can adjust the inside any way you want it. If you have a busted safe, they can fix it for you. They can change your master reset code. And by the way, nobody else is getting that too. Very strong on your personal rights as well as protecting your stuff, whether it's guns or bows and arrows or family secrets and pictures and stocks and bonds and jewelry and everything else. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out. Because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Selling your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team. Visit brokermike.com or call 678-780-HOME.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
If you live in Georgia, you already see it. The cars are turning yellow, the pollen is here, and this year, with an earlier and warmer spring projected, it's hitting even sooner. But here's what matters most. It's not just what's outside, it's what your family is breathing inside. Your kids, your pets, you. Your HVAC system doesn't just control the temperature. It circulates the air throughout your entire home. And without proper filtration and purification, that air can carry pollen, dust, and allergens right through every room. Central specializes in whole home air purification systems. Advanced filtration, humidity control, and high-efficiency carrier systems are designed to support healthier indoor air. When you combine air purification technology with dependable carrier performance, you're creating a cleaner, more comfortable environment for the people who matter most. Right now, you can receive up to $1,700 in rebates plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making it easier to protect your home before allergy season peaks. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
Shop in the new 2026 Toyota Tacoma will make sure your move is the one at Marietta Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event now through March 31st. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And if you currently own a Tacoma, Tundra, 4Runner, or Sequoia, you may qualify for $1,000 in loyalty cash towards that new Tacoma, no trade-in required. We've got Tacomas in stock and more arriving. You can choose right now to set up and drive it home. Special APR is available, 4.99% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. Remember, visit us on Kyle Parkway South, just north of True Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975, we've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. $1,000 loyalty cash available to eligible current owners on select new Tacoma. No trade-in required. Offer ends 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
Attention Atlanta, it's the biggest truckload safe sale of the year at Safe Market and Liberty Safes of Atlanta. And it's happening for 3 days only. We're slashing prices by up to 40% on top quality American-made safes. Home safes, gun safes, commercial safes. With 3 showrooms, there's never been a better time to buy. But hurry, when the truck's empty, the deals are gone. Shop online or come into one of our 3 stores for even bigger savings. March 26th through March 28th only. Call 770-242-0055 or visit thesafemarket.com.
Georgia politicians, if you want to win your election, the path to victory runs through Extra 1063. Extra listeners are some of the most engaged, active in their communities, and outspoken on their beliefs, especially when it comes time to vote. Tell the candidate you're voting for that if they want to win, the path to victory runs through Extra 1063 FM. Just email sales@extra1063.com to get involved. That's sales at XTRA1063.com.
What the hell is this?
This is his early work.
Oh, my. It's David Bowie.
This is him.
Well, I was on this day in 2013. David Bowie's first album in a decade became the fastest selling of the year in 2013, hit #1 in Britain the first week. David Bowie took great pains to keep the recording of the album secret, everything about it. He required people involved in the recording to sign non-disclosures. He had to change recording studios after one day when somebody leaked the rumor that he was recording there. It's called The Next Day. It was the 66-year-old's first #1. This is back in 2013. Since 1993, was at 30 years with his Black Tie, White Noise, and it sold almost 100,000 copies the first week. David Bowie, 2013. Anyway, let's see. Our birthday list here with Cameron, Pete, and Flounder includes Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe, host of Dirty Jobs, also the narrator of The Deadliest Catch. Mike Rowe's 64, and now he's on commercials all the time for a cell phone thing, I think.
Yeah, on our station, actually.
Yeah. And he's, he sounds like a really good guy. In fact, he's one of those guys who says, they're going to need contractors. They're going to need, people to put up wallboard and wire houses with, wiring and stuff, So
blue-collared workers.
Yeah. And Neil Bortz always used to say that, every time people complain about technology and so forth, he said, if you can train to be an underwater welder, chances are
you're going to be okay.
There'll probably be something in line for you. In fact, when I lived in New Orleans, my wife and I lived in New Orleans, and one of our neighbors was an offshore oil worker doing that very kind of thing, and he would be gone for like 20 days at a time and so forth. But anyway, it's stuff that AI can't necessarily do. Our history list today include hold on a second. That's some of my freaking thing here with the thing. Sorry. And now, on this day, 1314 was the year. The Grand Master of the Knights Templar, Jacques de Molay, and the other Templars are burned at the stake. And on this day in 2013, it brought an end to the Order of the Knights Templar. It was in 1307, King Philippe IV of France, deeply in debt to the Knights Templars, arrested Molay and tortured him into making a false confession. When Molay recanted the confession, the king had him burned at the stake in front of Notre Dame de Paris. The order for the arrest was issued on Friday, October 13th, 1307, which is claimed to be the basis for the belief that Friday the 13th is bad luck.
That one stuck.
Other versions, yeah. Well, yeah. And the other, the Last Supper or the whatever, there's all kinds of different things to talk about. Okay, 3:40, Kimmer Peetsoff, Flounder, and Joe Baseball is very kind to help us fill in here today with the thing. Now, we played a couple of sound bites of the business. There are three things going on here right now that are going to be we'll try to keep abreast for you. One, there's now a Senate hearing on, I forgot what the latest one is.
DHS funding.
The confirmation hearing is on. Also, there's a Senate hearing on the issue of world terror organizations. Oh, the third one is the vote. They're having hearings on the SAVE Act, the Voting Act. So there's a lot
going on today in Washington.
Yeah. Now, we played a couple of cuts about the business with Rand Paul and Senator Mullin fighting over. In fact, they don't like each other. They just don't like each other. They never have. And so they've been calling names. And frankly, the whole thing makes me sick. And now, Joe Baseball, if you will, we're going to play cut number 4 here. Here, you heard each one and you kind of give his stand on why they don't like each other and, say this to my face and responding to all that kind of crap. Now, this is a hearing on whether Senator Mark Wayne Mullin should be the guy to head the Department of Homeland Security. That's the issue. Is he right for the job or not? Okay, now, cut number 4, Joe Baseball. This is Rand Paul and Mullin sparring over the issue of political violence like a couple of freaking children. Cut number 4, if you would, sir.
In the days after the fight, you said, and I quote, "Sometimes people just need to be punched in the face." Is that still your opinion, that political disputes can sometimes and often only be resolved by violence?
No, I don't always agree with that. I don't believe in political violence. I've made that very clear. But sometimes people do need, theoretically speaking, sir, I get it. It's about character assassination for you. That's the way this game is played. I understand it. Mm-hmm. And you are making this about you, which is fine, but that doesn't keep me as Secretary of Homeland Security.
Character assassination when you were the one lauding the assault. Who do you think started that character assassination? I'm just repeating what you have done in character assassination. I'm repeating your support for the assault. So that's somehow something I started?
No, sir. What I'm saying is you're adding a lot to it.
Frankly, I watched part of this live on TV, and I'm right up to here with it. First of all, snap out of it. You start acting like a man. Seriously, this is a bunch of crap. The hearing is supposed to be whether, and by the way, calling him a bully is fine by me. I want more bullies in Washington to go get illegals. What the hell are they talking about? You think? And who's the guy, the head of the border czar?
Tom Homan.
Talk about a tough guy. My God, what do you want? Some freaking pimp like that beta male from the Democrat Party or something?
They want a bunch of pansies. Yeah.
Jesus, you got to be kidding me! You feel sorry for illegals who sneak in here and get caught breaking our laws, as though you're supposed to get an extra break? Okay, freaking eat me. And by the way, Senator Paul, again, Rand Paul had the crap kicked out of him. His neighbor, and I don't know what they're just feeling back. I forgot. It doesn't make any difference. Anyway, his neighbor sucker punched him, attacked him, from behind or something, and really beat the crap out of him, put him in the hospital. It's really a brutal thing. And what amazes me is that Rand Paul didn't do anything about it. Sometimes you got to punch a bully in the nose. In fact, Joe Baseball, have you ever heard my sucker punch story?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Yeah, bingo. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this was at it wasn't a parasite. It was at Camp Lejeune in the Marines, infantry training. And there was a guy. I was a squad leader, and there was a guy. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. There was a guy in my platoon. He was a tough guy. He was a boxer, New York boxer. He was just a punk, tough guy. Wanted to be a Marine. And so he was in my platoon, in my squad. I'm sorry, in my squad of our platoon. At Camp Lejeune, 1966, and so we're out on a night bivouac doing something or other, and he had pulled a candy bar out of his pocket and started to eat the candy bar while we're trying to be doing something. And I told him, I said, put that away, knock it off, before the drill instructor, the handlers are going to go nutso. And he said, I don't feel screw that. So I kind of knocked it out of his hand, and when I wasn't looking, a second or two later, he hit me so hard in my solar plexus, I couldn't breathe. I mean, it was one of those where I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything except like that. And then eventually we had to, he took off to go to get in line or whatever, and we were going to think. And nothing really happened for a while until I was able to catch myself going back. When we got back to the barracks, when he was sleeping, I took a rifle butt to him. And that woke him up pretty good. And what I did was very careful because I wanted to make sure I didn't hurt him, so that he had to go to had to go to a sick bay. So I wanted to make sure that he had to suffer with his injuries, so he couldn't just lollygag around for a couple of weeks or something, getting over something. I mean, and again, in the Marine Corps, there's no such thing as a fair fight. But if somebody sucker punches you, bets off. That's it. Ball game. And I'm surprised Rand Paul didn't take a shovel to that guy, while he was out watering his lawn one morning or something. Seriously. Anyway, so, and this, this bickering back and forth at the Senate hearing is just offensive. It's absolutely offensive. In fact, I'll tell you, we're going to take a break here. Now, we got a couple more sound bites from this. And also, speaking of offensive, how about Danang Dick Blumenthal? Man, he should have been censored from the very beginning. Anyway, it's Pete's off, Kimmer and Flounder, and Joe Baseball on the board helping us out here on your... It's a hump day, right?
It's Wednesday.
Hump day. Oh, God, I love it. All right, thanks, boy. 106.3. Here we go. Look out.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
Attention, Extra listeners. Tax season is here. Do you have a retirement tax strategy in place? Because tax planning for retirement is not just about reporting your taxes, it's about planning them. We work with you to create an efficient tax plan to take you through the next stage of life, the next 10 years, 20, 30, and beyond. We'll help keep the golden years golden. Our fiduciary team provides personalized guidance to keep your financial future secure. Don't wait. Plan now for peace of mind. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey, Atlanta, if you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your truck, you're in luck. Because right now at Jim Ellis Buick GMC, you can save up to $13,250 off MSRP on in-stock 2026 GMC Sierra SLT models.
That's big savings on one of the most powerful, capable, and best-looking trucks on the road. Whether you need it for work, play, or both, check out this savings example of 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, stock number GS4589, MSRP $67,675. After $10,250 in Jim Ellis discounts, your sale price is just $57,425.
And if you've got a 2011 or newer vehicle to trade, you can qualify for up to $3,000 in trade-in assistance, pushing your total savings up to $13,250 off MSRP.
Find your new Sierra and save at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person, located on Peachtree Industrial inside the perimeter or off Highway 20 in Beaufort.
Offer excludes TABT and state fees. Expires March 31st, 2026. Jim Ellis Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Hey, it's Flounder. My wife and I have owned our home for just over a year, and for the past year, we've trusted Dobbs Heating and Air, a local small business that does it right. Right now, Dobbs is offering buy two, get one free on their club membership. 3 HVAC visits for the price of 2. That includes a 21-point inspection, priority scheduling, and savings on repairs and new equipment. Plans start at just $199 with membership starting at $17 a month. Service calls are only $85. Prevent breakdowns and keep your system running strong. Visit DobbsHVAC.com.
Spring is here, and it's time to transform your outdoor living space into a beautiful oasis. At Stovall & Company, Wholesale Landscape Supply, we have what you need to make your landscape dreams a reality.
Stovall has been supplying the landscape industry for more than 75 years.
So check us out at StovallInc.com.
Stovall has it all.
I'm Rick Jackson. My dad abandoned us. My mom was an alcoholic, so I left the projects. Shoe shining, ticket scalping, vacuum sales. I found purpose in work and built a $3 billion business. Like President Trump, I don't owe anybody anything. And like you, I'm sick of career politicians. I'm running for governor to lead America in criminal deportations, to cut income taxes in half, freeze our insane property taxes, reform the system so that anyone who can work will work, and not just sit around binge watching Netflix and eating Cheetos. I'll let law enforcement do their job. And if you're caught helping a child change their sex, you're going to jail. I'm Rick Jackson, and I'll get these done. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
A little Paul McCartney for you here. He wrote silly love songs because he was, who was it? Was it Mick Jagger who said all he does is write silly little love songs, and so he wrote silly little love songs?
It was John Lennon.
Was it John Lennon? Yeah, one of them. I forgot which one it was. Kimber, Pizza, Flounder, and Joe Baseball helping us out here today with my great appreciation. I know you already worked hard all day, and you'd rather be home. This Paul McCartney, 2008, Heather Mills. Evidence in her divorce case with Sir Paul McCartney was inconsistent, inaccurate, and less than candid, according to the judge who saw the case. His high court ruling was revealed after Ms. Mills was told she could not appeal the publication of her divorce case. The ruling was published a day after she was awarded £24.3 million. In fact, I asked Grok about figures here. She was awarded in American dollars. I asked Grok what it would refer to. £24.3 million is $33 million. She was also awarded about $5 million for herself and their daughter, $10 million for home in London and New York, and also $500. Paul McCartney's estate was listed about $520 million. She wanted $165 million of it. And she didn't get anywhere near that because the judge said she wasn't really consistent in her testimony. I don't know. You know, freaking divorce, man. I think what do you think the future is of marriage and relationships? I'll tell you. And in fact, during the morning show, they were talking about all the text flirting and electronic dating and stuff. And it's just, I think the world's going to hell anyway. Our birthday list includes Jerry Cantrell. He's 60 years old. Joe Baseball, do you know Alice in Chains? Is that your...
That's more my generation.
You, right? Is that more Flounder?
Yeah, it was the 90s.
And Joe Bass, what are you, like 26 or something? I forgot who.
26.
26. Oh, I'll be damned.
Nice guess.
Something like that. Anyway, Allison Chains guy Jerry Cantrell, 60 years old today. And a little history thing for you here. If Mr. Phone will cooperate properly. There we go. This was kind of bothered me a little bit when you hear this. On this date in 2003, quote, "But why should we hear about body bags and deaths and how many, what day it's going to happen, and how many this or what do you suppose? Or, I mean, it's not relevant. So why should I waste my beautiful mind on something like that?" Unquote. That was former First Lady Barbara Bush in 2003 commenting on the impending Iraq war on Good Morning America. Why should we hear about body bags and deaths? What day it's going to happen? Why is that relevant? Oh, my. Well, that's kind of freaky. Anyway, here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Joe Baseball, let's do it. And by the way, Joe Baseball used to be Morning Joe on the morning show. And now we have Bryce, who's doing that job, who refused to come back and do the afternoon show with the Kimmer today because he was so abused yesterday. No, I'm not sure that's quite true. Anyway, we're going to play one more cut here, Joe, about this business with the Mark Wayne Mullin hearing today. Cut number 5 here in a second. Again, Rand Paul and Mullin have been arguing back and forth like a couple of kids, and the issue really ought to be whether he's qualified to do the job. But now, cut number 5. This involves Danang Dick Blumenthal. Danang Dick Blumenthal, in case you don't remember, and I'm going to say it every time I mention his dirty, stinking, rotten name, Danang Dick Blumenthal faked being a Vietnam veteran. Now, you know, if he was a veteran and he served in the Vietnam era, that's fine. Be proud of your record. There's nothing to be ashamed of that you were in the freaking military. But there is something very much to be ashamed of if you pretend you went to Vietnam. And again, it's not like, you know, we're so special that, I mean, but it's not right. It's stolen valor, and you're trying to get credit for something that you didn't deserve. And he got caught at it years ago, and then he got caught a couple of years later doing it again, saying when he was in Vietnam. So Danang Dick Blumenthal, the senator from Connecticut, is a slime bag. He's a dirty, rotten, characterless scoundrel. And so Danang Dick Blumenthal was sparring with Mark Wayne Mullin on the hearing today over arresting, using ICE agents to arrest people. Cut number 5, Joe Baseball, if you will, sir.
Well, Stephen Miller also said, again on Fox News, quote, "Under President Trump's leadership, we are looking to set a goal of a minimum of 3,000 arrests for ICE every day." If you're confirmed, are you going to be directing ICE to arrest 3,000 people a day?
Sir,
so
once again, can't speak for Senator or for Stephen Miller, but I can say the president has tapped me
It'll be 10,000 a day.
Secretary of Homeland, and I will lead that department, and I'll lead it.
So will you continue that arrest quota of 3,000 people a day?
No quota has been set for me, sir.
Well, in effect, it's a quota if the White House directs the DHS secretary.
The President of the United States sets the policies, and I'll be working with the President. If you have a question for Stephen Miller, please
well, I
ask
really
him.
regret that you are going to stick to those same policies and practices and
he didn't
condone the statements of the White House that are so demeaning to someone who was a victim of lawlessness and recklessness by an ICE officer.
Senator,
recklessness by ICE? How about recklessness by...
Putting words in my mouth.
Reckless by illegal arrest. Oh, my God. I mean, the nerve of these people. Complaining about recklessness by ICE agents. And by the way, complaining there's no quota. Nobody said anything. I mean, just anyway. I mean, the people, you can't hit them enough. Joe Baseball, you have a little Flounders Funny back there, do you? Got a little something? Oh, here's one right now.
I love my wife. I even love the word wife. It's got such power to it. Wife. You know, if I'm out in society and I'm supposed to make a decision, but I'm not ready to make one, I can just look at that person and go, excuse me, I have to check with my wife. And then they have to look back at me, but of course. I can't expect a decision from you at this time. Well, you must check with your wife. Husband's a little different. Doesn't have the same power in certain places you go. Like, the more progressive the environment, the less power husband has. Like, if you're in a really nice coffee shop in a city, and you say, I have to check with my husband, they're looking back at you like, so that's what we marched for.
Are you chained to his radiator?
You can still reclaim that power of husband. You just have to tweak it slightly in those environments. If you're in that environment at that coffee shop, I have to check with my husband. No, you don't say it like that. You look at them and go, I have to check with my pregnant husband. Now you're not going to talk.
But of course. Who is that? Do we know who that is?
I think that's Mr. Andrew Parker.
Andrew Parker. I think I saw him there before. Excellent. Anyway, it's coming up on 4 o'clock. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Pete's off gallivanting around, and we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, Flounder's here, and Joe Baseball has been gracious enough to join us running the control board and looking up stuff. And we'll talk about the basics. Did you see the baseball game last night, Joe? I bet you probably watched it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, well, I want to ask you about it because I couldn't stay. I didn't, I was pooped out. So we're coming up almost 4 o'clock on 106.3 Hump Day. Look out. Here we go. Beautiful day. Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
They defend the president's decision. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The goal of the president and the administration is to address a 47-year problem.
CIA Director John Ratcliffe during a Senate hearing on worldwide threats as Democrats press the administration on President Trump's decision to strike Iran.
The defined goals are very clear. Degrade and destroy the missile inventory and drone inventory, delay and degrade the military industrial base and factories that produce that.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard telling senators determining what is an imminent threat is up to the president. The intel chiefs also focusing on threats to the U.S. homeland after attacks last week at Old Dominion University and a Michigan synagogue. The president's choice to head Homeland Security, Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullin, says a partial government shutdown of DHS puts the homeland at risk.
Sometimes it's political theater, sometimes it's true differences. But what we do know is that we're playing with fire.
Also telling a Senate panel his goal would be for people to understand the department is protecting them and to avoid headlines. Fellow Republican Rand Paul raising Mullin's temperament as an issue during that confirmation hearing.
I just wonder if someone who applauds violence against their political opponents is the right person to lead an agency that has struggled to accept limits to the proper use of force.
Mullin says personal disagreement would not keep him from doing his job if confirmed. A sell-off on Wall Street. The Dow down 768 points at the bell, even after some encouraging words from Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
The U.S. economy has been expanding at a solid pace.
The Fed offering a slightly higher forecast for economic growth this year, but also expects slightly higher inflation.
The implications of developments in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain.
Still forecasting only one rate cut this year, while leaving interest rates unchanged today. America is listening to Fox News.
For years, I've talked about Relief Factor. You've heard stories about the people who finally found real relief after trying the 3-week quick start. I'm one of those stories. My pain had become so bad that I was starting to believe that my best days were behind me. This was like 10 years ago. Relief was not in the picture until I tried Relief Factor. They are always striving to help people get out and stay out of pain. And remarkably, Relief Factor has made their already trusted formula even better. They've added premium black pepper extract because apparently that helps your body absorb the high-quality key ingredients more efficiently. So in simple terms, it helps your body get even more benefit from what you're already taking. And that matters. If you're going to take something daily, you want your body actually using as much of it as possible. So if you've been listening to me talk about Relief Factor for a while, this is your moment. Or if you're already taking it, you're now going to get the enhanced formula designed to work even smarter. Start with a 3-week quick start. It's $19.95 at ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. How will it feel to be out of pain? ReliefFactor.com.
Dong. Little mamas and papas. 2001, John Phillips died of heart failure. He was only 65. Singer, guitarist, songwriter. John Phillips, Mamas and the Papas. His first band was called The Journeymen, a trio of folk singers. Mamas and Papas had the huge number one hit Monday, and California Dreamin' and so many others. Phillips was married to Michelle Gilliam. They had one child together, China Phillips, vocalist of the 90s pop trio Wilson Phillips. John Phillips's second solo album was released on Rolling Stones Records, featured Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Mick Taylor, and Ronnie Wood. His second album. Anyway, John Phillips passed away. He was only 65. Yikes. Birthday list. Pete's off. Kimmer Flounder and Joe Baseball joining us here for the afternoon. The birthday list includes Jeffrey Owens. Jeffrey Owens was Elvin on The Cosby Show. And I knew the show. I never watched it, but I knew who he was. Anyway, Jeffrey Owens, 65. But he's known more for what happened long after he was on The Cosby Show. There was a photograph of Jeffrey Owens, a former child star and actor on The Cosby Show, a photograph of him working at Trader Joe's as just a worker. And the photograph of him working at Trader Joe's went viral, and he got job shamed for it. Oh, what you bum working at Trader Joe's, in a pickle barrel? It was unbelievable. So Tyler Perry offered him a job, and he also landed a guest spot on NCIS New Orleans after that. But anyway, and by the way, coming up, we'll have an update on that the DoorDash guy. And frankly, I got to tell you, I'm a little upset about it. But it's stupid because I'm selfish and it's personal. Anyway, DoorDash guy. Have you heard the latest on the DoorDash guy, Flounder? What the DoorDash guy? You don't hear things.
I turned my mic on.
Yeah.
What'd the DoorDash guy do?
He's loaded and he's going to keep working. I can't even talk about it. And it's all good news, so I'm happy for him. But I'm also really
DoorDash, they don't like our house.
Oh, they don't come to your house?
They do, but they don't like...
I got a steep
our driveway.
Yeah.
Like the other day, a bumper ripped off.
See, I can't drive my car. I remember when I drive.
You have to park on the parking lot.
I have that spoiler in the front. I can't park. I can't go up to drive. And I probably couldn't drive my chopper up there because it's so low to the ground.
We got a message saying if you could let other drivers know that your driveway isn't compatible with...
Well, that sucks.
I felt kind of bad, but again, you can see it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but it's still people. Well, it happens. And if you have a spoiler in the front. Anyway, now Joe Baseball, you were saying is that Mike in there? Well, everything all right? What are you doing, Mike? Haven't you got some ohms to look at or something? Like a transmitter?
Everything's fine.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, God, he's always looking for something to do. Everything's good. It's working. My God, man. Isn't there like a transmitter you can climb up and see what the red light's working or something? I don't know. My God. He walks in and once in a while and says, hey, I got an idea. Why don't you do this on your show? Hey, thank you a lot. I don't know. God, yeah. Appreciate it.
Everything works here because of Mike.
I know. He's a crackhead engineer. I'm sorry. He's the crackhead
engineer.
Head engineer. So this is, not to be confused. Anyway. So Joe Baseball. Now you saw the game last night. I saw part of it, but again, I didn't watch much of it. But still, and now it was 3-2. And again, tell about for people who haven't heard yet, the ending and the game. In your opinion, tell us what it was like. What you thought as a baseball guy.
So the ending is, Bryce Harper, former MVP.
It was first
one of the 3 hits.
Yeah,
that was a 2-run homer.
Yeah,
and then on comes
it was tied up.
Eugenio Suarez in the 9th.
Yeah,
to blast that double after a steal that was challenged at second base. It was very dramatic.
All right. Start over. Okay, so the game it was obviously not high scoring, and Harper tied it up with a 2-run homer.
Yeah,
but so we're like in the 8th inning now. It's still tied, right?
Yeah, in the 9th inning.
Okay,
still tied.
So tell as a tied game at the late in the game. So what happened? Give us a little play-by-play.
The Venezuela guy. Well, the big controversy is Mark DeRosa didn't put in all-star closer Mason Miller. Because Mason Miller has it in his contract that he can only pitch in save situations. Since it was tie, there was no save.
Oh, my
So they had to put in some scrub named Garrett Whitlock in the 9th.
He had that in his contract?
Yeah, with the Padres.
Oh, for crying
They wouldn't allow him to pitch in a non-save situation. And so
that and Aaron Rodgers went 0 for 3 or 0 for 4?
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Rodgers.
They both carried out flags in important games.
Yeah, they couldn't get a hit.
Bed. Yeah, he went 0 for 4.
0 for 4.
And then a Venezuelan guy gets on base, and he steals second. It was a very close steal. Then Suarez, who just signed a contract with the Reds,
is he that big
formerly
left-hander?
Yeah. He looks like a pirate.
Vicious,
he's got the dangly earring and the long hair. He looks like he's plundering the seas.
Yeah.
But he got a double to send in the game-winning run.
Wow.
And then the guys just pooped the bed in the ninth. No hits, 3 straight outs.
Yeah, I saw the strikeout, high inside fastball or something, and ended the ball game, and that's the way she goes. Well, and how would you rank it as, of course, America lost again, second time they've gotten to the final and lost it, but not great ball game or not scoring enough? Or how would you
it was a
rank
blast. I love a game where they don't score that much, but it was great pitching. Venezuela's starter was great, and then Nolan McLean, who's going to be a rookie for the Mets this year. He did well until he allowed in a run in the 5th.
Now, was there controversy about the starting pitcher for the Americans? Was the young kid, right? Wasn't that people complaining that the starting pitcher
24-year-old.
Yeah.
He
first big experience like this.
First big experience. He started 8 games with the Mets last year, which still allows him to have rookie status this coming year.
Yeah. But that's why they were nervous because he's
that's
a kid.
Not the guy. You want your Skeens or your Skubal, but Skubal only pitched the 1 game.
Yeah, I don't understand.
So no Logan Webb. It wasn't the guys that had all the experience of postseason stuff. And then another big disappointment, Schwarber and Aaron Judge, who went 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge disappeared, just like he does in the playoffs for the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, here we go. And by the way, we're doing a little sports here. Why not while we're at it? You're with the Braves now these days. Any exciting news, anything coming up? And what about today? You want to give us an update on what happened or anything?
Today, beat the Phillies spring training 3-2. The big news out of that game, though, was if you remember Didier Fuentes.
Yeah.
He came up for a few games and was terrible as a 19-year-old starting pitcher last year.
I remember that. In fact, a lot of controversy over starting him and ruin his career because you made him, destroyed his attitude, and they were saying, "Oh my God,
his confidence or anything."
From it.
But turns out that's not at all what's happening. He had 6 strikeouts his last go out without a hit. And now pitched against 14, struck out 8 today.
Holy moly!
At 20 years old.
What a story!
Spring training.
Is he locked in? He's got to be locked in position. He's not aching to try to get a job, right? Or is he not?
I mean, you got to battle, but what's unfortunate is Bryce Elder, who is going to be that 5th starter, is pretty much locked in at the beginning of the season because he's out of options. If they send him down to AAA, if they send him down to Gwinnett, any team can pick him up, and there's a lot of teams with worse pitching than us.
Yeah. Well, but they're going to keep this Didier guy.
Absolutely. Go drive up to Gwinnett and watch him pitch because he's a monster on the mound.
And obviously, they're going to make a role for him, whether it's like a late inning guy or a setup man for a couple innings.
No, I think they want to keep him as a starter.
Yeah.
He's only 20, so he still has a lot of room for growth.
But until then, he's got him somewhere in the bullpen.
No, I think they'll have him as a starter.
Oh really? Well,
down in Gwinnett or even in Columbus in AA.
I was going to say, my question was, who's going to make the club?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not yet. But knowing our luck with injuries and depending on how well Bryce Elder does, if he starts out and is throwing a bunch of losses and has a 6 ERA at the end of the first month of play, they may bring in J.R. Ritchie or Didier Fuentes.
Well, this is going to be pretty exciting. We'll see. Anyway, and Acuna had a great run for Venezuela, so I know he's thrilled, and that was the biggest thrill.
Oh yeah, he was crying out in right field. Yeah. He was pumped.
Outstanding. Anyway, Joe Baseball, thanks, man. 404-741-1230 if you want to join us. 404-741-1230. We got sports, we got tweets, we got stuff, we got talk and stuff. Donald, we're going to, a little bit later on, we'll play the soundbite. Although frankly, I'm just ticked off about these freaking leftists who, this guy Joe Kent. And there's more reaction now. This guy, Joe Kent, was a big-time Charlie guy working in the intelligence community for Donald Trump and for Tulsi and everybody. He's quit because he doesn't believe in the Iran war business. In fact, coming up, we'll play a montage of people who did believe in the terror of Iran, although they didn't do a damn thing about it until Donald Trump came along. You'll hear that in a second. And also reacting... Joe Kent saying we should not sit and wait for the next attack, wipe Iran's ballistic capability out and get our troops out of Iraq. They are only targets now. No U.S. wounded or killed in action. Tribute to the professionalism of our military intelligence communities and professionals, not Iranian restraint. And I don't know what to make of this Joe Kent. And by the way, I don't even care if Donald Trump is accused of doing a phony Gulf of Tonkin resolution where there really was no evidence they were going to attack us. Even if they made it up, I don't care. It's legit. We know it. So, give me a break about the Democrats trying to say, well, did you have a plan? When did he make the official decision? Shut up. It's the right decision. It doesn't, seriously, Democrat, I heard him today. Well, did you have a meeting where they when would you make the exact decision to go in and take? And they said, oh, please, give me a break. It's 4:14 already. Happy hump day. Look out. Mercy.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
I'm running through the news yesterday looking for a topic for a commentary, and I ran across a bit of news that put a smile on my face. Oh, joy, oh, joy. Jon Ossoff, Democrat, Senator, Georgia, Chuck Schumer's pet hamster. This story said that Jon Ossoff is widely viewed, both in Washington and around the country, as being the most vulnerable senator up for re-election this year. And Jon Ossoff, Schumer's hamster, is totally behind Schumer's efforts to block a DHS funding bill, the Senate action that's keeping TSA workers from getting paychecks. Ossoff, the senator, Democrat from the state holding the world's busiest airport, is cuddling up with Chuck Schumer to keep TSA workers from getting paid. Okay, you probably haven't heard this. Not from the Democrat-leaning media, you haven't. What's the big deal about the DHS funding bill? Well, it keeps Homeland Security people from getting paid, like the TSA. Now, do Schumer and Ossoff not want TSA workers to get paid? No, that's not it. They want a law forcing ICE, the Customs and Immigration people, to take off their masks and to not enter a home in search of an illegal without a judicial warrant, even if they're in hot pursuit. But guess what? Those functions, ICE agents, are not at all affected by this partial government shutdown. They're getting paid. So to force ICE agents to take off their masks, Schumer and Ossoff are keeping TSA workers from getting paid. The ICE agents still get their checks. Make sense of it. You can't. It's Jon Ossoff. Get rid of him, Georgia. He's useless. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, it's Kimmer. Let me ask you something. When you paid your health insurance bill this month, did you think, how am I supposed to keep paying this and I don't even use it? Feels like a waste of money. Well, that's where a lot of people are right now. It's too expensive, but you can't afford to not have it. So what are you supposed to do? Well, that's where my guy Steven comes in, the health insurance doctor. He does this every day. That's why they call him the health insurance doctor. He'll look at what you have and tell you straight if there's a better way. Here's an example. This is true. One family was paying over $3,000 a month. Now it's around $1,200 without sacrificing coverage. Does not happen for everybody, but shows it's possible. And yes, there are plans with PPO networks, no deductible options, year-round enrollment. Anybody can sit around and just complain about their premiums all year, but not everybody can do something about it. My friend Steven, health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. You could be saving money before you even know it. The health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. healthinsurancedoctor.net.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lows for Howard Brothers and Walker. March is here, Georgia, and that means it's time to bring your lawn back to life. Get over to Howard Brothers and find your Walker mower to make that happen. Designed for complete control and a beautiful finish to the lawn, Walker makes spring work feel effortless. From the pros to the homeowners, you can take pride in the work your Walker mower does. So, ready to upgrade your cut? Head to Howard Brothers and experience the Walker difference yourself.
The Georgia Swarm are celebrating the best sports fans in the South. Join us for Fan Appreciation Night on Friday, March 20th at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Be there for giveaways and a post-game autograph session on the field. It's all presented by Coastal States Bank. Swarm fans, you guys make the Hive buzz. We want to thank you so much. Get your professional lacrosse tickets today at georgiaswarm.com for Friday, March 20th at 7:30 p.m. Gas South Arena. That's georgiaswarm.com.
Look out. It's The Clash with Kimmer Flounder and Joe Baseball. Pete's off today. 1977. It's a White Riot.
The Clash.
The Clash releasing their debut single, White Riot. The song is in the typical punk style of 3 chords played very fast, it says here. 3 chords played really quickly. Mick Jones counts of 1, 2, 3, 4 at the start of the album version, while the single version begins with the sound of a police siren. Well, which one did we play? Can you play that from the beginning? Is it from the beginning? Can you go back to the beginning and see which version we have here? This is The Clash.
I may have cut it out.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah, I cut it out.
Okay, that's all right. No problem. It says here, I thought I might be able to figure it out. Anyway, whatever. Either way, you can go get it and you'll find it yourself. Our birthday list includes another singer of some note. Adam Levine from Maroon 5 is 47 years old today. And on this day in history, this was a tough one in history, but since we're talking about illegal immigration and dangers and things like that, this might be somehow appropriate. 1942. The War Relocation Authority is established. Here's what it says, quote, take all people of Japanese descent into custody, surround them with troops, prevent them from buying land, and return them to their former homes at the close of the war. After Pearl Harbor, everyone of Japanese ancestry, old and young, rich or poor, was suspected of espionage. Franklin Roosevelt ordered Germans and Italians and Japanese barred from areas called sensitive militarily. California had so many Japanese American residents, there was a lot of anti-Japanese resentment, including the state attorney general of California in 1942 was Earl Warren. Would later go on to be the Chief Justice. Earl Warren said, well, the fact that there's no evidence of sabotage by the Japanese Americans population doesn't prove anything because they're just merely biding their time. So everybody, oh, mercy. They locked up 2,000 Germans and Italians, but they locked up 120,000 men, women, and children who were from Japan. 3 categories, Native Americans or immigrants or those largely educated. Anyway, there are 10 different relocation centers. One Japanese American first named Gordon, filed all the way to the Supreme Court, argued that the Army violated his rights as a U.S. citizen. The court ruled against him, said the nation has a right to protect itself against sabotage and invasion as sufficient justification for curtailing his and other Japanese Americans' constitutional rights. Sound like some stuff happened after 9/11. Japanese Americans who were not interned were allowed to join the military and fight in the war. 17,000 Japanese Americans fought in the war. And in fact, the single most decorated unit in American history was one of the Italian forces. There were awards including a Medal of Honor, Distinguished Service Crosses, almost 100 of them, 560 Silver Stars. And many of these soldiers fighting for America were writing letters to relocation centers to their families still being held. In 1990, they made reparations to surviving internees and their heirs with a formal apology from the government and a check for $20,000. And that was, things were different. Kimmer, Pete's off. Flounder and Joe Baseball joining us today. 423. 404-741-1230.
I call 420.
Hitler's birthday, and is that the smoking thing, isn't it?
I think that's an urban myth.
But it was 420 means I forgot what it meant. It was 20 after 4. That's when kids got out of school and would meet in the back to smoke pot or something. I think.
High.
Huh?
Yeah, that was kind of that.
Yeah. Because Joe, now you're younger, you would know that, right? Wasn't 420 was the time to?
You nailed the story.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, some kids in California.
Yeah.
Go meet here at 420. That's how the legend started.
I love it.
So the 420 originates in 1971. A group of San Rafael High School students in California, known as the Waldos, used 420 Lewis as a code to meet at a statue of Luis Pasteur to search for the hidden cannabis. Yeah.
I'll be damned. And it was also Hitler's birthday, which for some reason gets linked to it. I don't know why you would remember a thing like that, but it's true. And speaking of Hitler, the attack in Iran is kind of turning interesting. The Wall Street Journal has a report today that said an Iranian police commander was begging not to be killed. It turns out that there were some audio recordings of Jewish commandos who were saying to Israeli intelligence officials had threatened Iranian security officials and their families by name. The Israeli intelligence agents said, quote, "We know everything about you. You're on our blacklist. We have all the information about you," the Mossad agent told the police commander in Farsi. "I called to warn you in advance. You should stand with your people's side. If you do not do that, your destiny will be as your leader. Do you hear me?" And the guy said, "Brother, I swear on the Quran, I'm not your enemy. Please, I'm a dead man already. Please just come help us. Come save us." And this is a very good sign. And so they're trying to make Iranian people get ready to take down the regime. Israel says it has dropped 10,000 munitions on various targets in Iran. The attacks scope has driven security forces to take up sleeping in their cars or inside mosques, which they hope will not be bombed. And apparently the Israelis and Americans work together to get all the rest of the big-time Charlie guys. They got the head of the oppressive Islamic regime after the supreme leader was blown up as well. He was killed last night. Targeted strikes took out the Iranian Revolutionary Guard guy named Basil, who was responsible for slaughtering 30,000 of his own citizens. They took out the head of the Iranian National Defense Council, the head of the IRGC, which is the head of their forces, and the defense minister and intelligence chief. So Donald Trump is wondering, I don't know who to deal with.
He doesn't know who's in charge over there.
Nobody knows.
Everyone's dead.
And again, the gay Ayatollah, the baby Ayatollah Khamenei has still not been seen. And in fact, the Babylon Bee has a joke meme today about how he denies, I'm doing just fine, said the legless corpse of the baby Ayatollah. Anyway, very bizarre. Let's see, what else is going on around the freaking world here? Oh. Cesar Chavez Day is now canceled. Cesar Chavez was a famous celebrity for unions in America. Many, like 50 years ago, I recall, this guy, Cesar Chavez, was everywhere. United Farm Workers, co-founded by Cesar Chavez, has now said, well, we were going to have a celebration like we always do on his birthday. He would have been 99, but we're not going to do it now because he was a pervert and a scoundrel. Apparently, they have found out some deeply troubling allegations against the historic figure Cesar Chavez. The United Farm Workers he founded says, we're not going to have the stuff. These allegations are too much. He apparently was raping and abusing young girls, minors, women. They announced, therefore, no longer taking part in the activities. Chavez had spoken out again. By the way, ironically, Cesar Chavez spoke out against illegal immigration, for the obvious reason that when you bring in a lot of illegal immigrants who are looking for work, it cuts down the salary of people who are there illegally, you're actually saving them. Then you can save money by getting somebody else. I mean, who didn't know that? Who doesn't know that still? And yet they're still debating in Congress today.
We got Rick the Painter.
Rick the Painter's on the radio. Hey, Rick the Painter, how's it going, man? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer. Hey, brother. First, I just want to say Flounder's doing such a great job.
He is doing a great job.
You know what?
Yeah.
I forgot what I called about.
Well,
it happens to the best of us, Rick the Painter.
Something about Flounder, I'm guessing.
Maybe a joke?
No, I forgot what I was called about. Doggone it.
Well, give us a call back when you remember, all right?
That's all right. Sorry about that.
All right, man. No problem.
Happens to the best of us.
I love it. In fact, Joe Baseball, we're going to play cut number 9 here in a second. I want one more wrap-up thing on the McMullen, on the Mark Wayne Mullin hearing today. I mentioned, because I'm going to mention this when speaking of Babylon Bee, they said that the Democrats are now expelling John Fetterman after repeated warnings to stop supporting America. And now, cut number 9. Here's John Fetterman at the hearing today with Mark Wayne Mullin to be the Department of Homeland Security chief. And actually, as a Democrat, said something which is touching and real and finally good to hear. Cut number 9.
For me, I came here and I committed to come here with an open mind, and I'm going to continue to do that. And it's not going to be about gotcha moments. For me, it's about just saying my experience with you has been consistent kindness and professionalism. You know, the first time I met, it was you and your wife behind you when I was here at the orientation here in the Senate. And even before you got the call for the big job, you know, we were even discussing about getting together and having dinner as family. So that's an ongoing relationship, because that's also part of the fact here in this town. You got to get along and find a way to work together. And now we have to come at it and just let things go in the past for that. Finding a way forward, that's my responsibility to represent Pennsylvania. And for you, I just want to thank you for showing up. And now I'm going to engage, and I'm going to remain with an open mind throughout all this, as I made to my friend here. And I'm going to do that. So thank you for bringing your family here, too. And I look forward to hearing for the rest of my colleagues' views on you.
Senator John Fetterman from Pennsylvania. Now, don't be fooled. In fact, I keep thinking, boy, this guy sounds like a Republican. He would be a guy we'd welcome in the party and so forth. I heard Jesse Waters the other night, or not Jesse Kelly going home the other night, and he was saying, don't be tricked. John Fetterman is still a screaming liberal, and he's liable to vote with the Democrat Party for most things, but still, this is kind of refreshing and good to hear. So I'm all in favor of it. Anyway, it's Kimmer Pizza, Flounder, and Joe Baseball in the house, 431 on 106.3. Hump Day. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, too. Look out.
Extra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, I got a deal for you. Well, I don't actually, but my buddy Jeff does. Jeff and Peach State Windows, a guy I've known for more than 2 decades. First started working with him, and a family. I love family businesses because they go above and beyond. They do more than those big national firms that kind of hire stringers who they're like paid by the hour or something. It's unbelievable. Well, Peach State Windows has a deal, and again, if you've been holding off on various things, he's got a deal for financing too. Peach State Windows is offering this deal, and now you can get more than 8. They have a deal for 8, the premium Energy Star double hung replacement windows, fully installed for $39.95. 8 windows. These are beauties, big time Charlie, for under $4,000 installed. And again, if you need more than 8, get 8. If you need 15, you need 2. Whatever. I'm telling you, you're going to save money. But this special deal, nobody's going to beat this. 8 of them for under $4,000 installed, ready to go. And how about 0% financing for 12 months? 770-485-8011. Built for Georgia Homes, a company you can trust. PeachStateWindows.com.
Join Daniel Matalon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is John Hayes, president of JSG Monitoring. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So, you had a long day. You decided to stop for a cocktail on the way home. The next thing you know, you had one too many, and you just got pulled over. You need A Second Chance bail bonds. A Second Chance can get you or loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a matter of hours. A Second Chance bail bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Get help now. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or contact them online at atlbail.com.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Selling your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team. Visit brokermike.com or call 678-780-HOME.
Don't believe this nonsense you see on TV commercials about how uncomfortable a CPAP mask is. Take it from me. You wear one, especially the nasal pillow I use, for one night, and you will fight anybody that tries to take it away from you. But if they do take it away from you, you can get more at cpapsetc.com, cpapsetc.com, with a store in Alpharetta, same-day shipping. To your health, cpapsetc.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. Many people assume their taxes will automatically go down once they retire and stop collecting paychecks. Sean, is this a dangerous assumption?
It can be because, you know what? Lower taxes in retirement can be a myth. It's not always true, right? Remember, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxed, right? Your traditional IRA and 401k income is 100% taxable, so that needs to be accounted for. And that's why it's so important to find ways to reduce or eliminate your taxes wherever possible.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
Hey, look, now is the time to start looking ahead and identifying your tax liabilities in retirement. Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get a copy today by calling or texting the word WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters on everything from Social Security to investments to income planning. We include guides in there as well as on strategies for income planning, for taxes, and even dealing with recessions in retirement, among other things. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text the word WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. And the team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Firm does not provide tax services.
Well, you know.
Welcome to the Kimmer Show.
Okay, see, Pete's not here today.
Let's check in with Pete on the scoreboard. Stories prepared versus stories actually covered.
We get to because everything's different now. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Out of the 7 stories, which I like,
keep it down today.
So far, you've done 4.
That's more than half.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable. That's almost hard to believe. Anyway, Pete's off.
So that's a good start.
And Joe Baseball joining us here this afternoon too. Cheering for the crowd. Well done. Thank you so much, sir, as cheers go along. Birthday list includes Lily Collins is 36 years old. Didn't know the name, looked her up. Lily Collins is 36. She played the daughter on The Blind Side. The story with, what's her name, and the guy, the country singer, and Sarah Bullock, or whatever, Sandra Bullock. And their daughter was Lily Collins, and she's 36 today.
It's also Phil Collins' daughter.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I didn't know that. Why wasn't that? I looked that up, and it didn't say anything about her being Phil Collins' daughter. I can't believe it.
Yeah, she's a little Nepo baby.
I'll be damned. Well, I mean, good for her. But isn't that funny? I Googled it when I have a name and a birthday that I don't know. I Google it, and that was not in my Google report. How's that? That's impossible. Well, it's not impossible. It's stupid, but it's true. So there you go. Anyway, on this day, I'm kind of surprised about the date on this. The United States Supreme Court, Gideon versus Wainwright, SCOTUS ruled unanimously that state courts are required to provide legal counsel to criminal defendants who can't afford to hire an attorney on their own. This is the right to attorney. If you don't have one, will department. That's the famous thing. But it was only decided in 1963. You'd have thought in the 1820s they would have. I mean,
law enforcement was.
I mean, seriously, it's amazing that you would have thought someone said, when a cop says, "Oh my God, you do that?" Yeah, you're under arrest. Wait a minute, you didn't tell me you were going to arrest me. I mean, seriously,
my rights.
It was 1963. It took that long for that to be a ruling, unanimously, of course. Unbelievable. And by the way, I got to get my message. I got my phone working here. Hold on a second. Was it emails? I think emails. All right, check this out. I posted on Facebook and YouTube this morning. I made a meatloaf. I told you I made
the meatloaf,
and I brought Flounder a piece of meatloaf. And although it came out kind of funny, I use a lot of seasonings, and the meatloaf I make usually comes I buy it at Publix, and it's usually more than a pound. So it's like 1.2 or 1.3 pounds. So when I make a meatloaf, if instead of putting 1 or 2 eggs, I put 3, and I put 3 jumbo eggs in my meatloaf. And I took a picture because when I cracked the 3 jumbo eggs, 2 of them were double yolk. And I drive my daughter Jennifer nuts because she has like one every 5 years, and I get them all the time. It's like, when I wake up at 3:33 or 2:22 and look at the clock. And so my old buddy, Mike Summers, I used to be Grits Peterson. He was Eggs Cunningham. Anyway, he just sent me this. Over the my little phone action here. The odds of cracking open an egg with 2 yolks are 1 in 1,000.
And you get it all the time?
I get it all the time. But I thought it was even more than that, to be honest with you. While rare, these eggs are safe to eat and are typically laid by young hens whose reproductive systems are still maturing, or sometimes due to genetic factors often resulting in larger than average eggs. That, to me, is the key. I always get jumbo eggs. And I think the chances, like it says here apparently, larger than average eggs, there are more genetic factors. Sometimes farmers can spot them by candling, shining a light through the shell. Well, I've done that. We used to do that as kids. Put a flashlight on the ring, see what's in there. Anyway, if you find one, odds of finding another one in the same carton are higher. Just like I did.
Kevin's on the horn.
Kevin, you're on the radio, man. How's it going? Welcome aboard, sir.
Hey, Semper Fi, Kimmer.
Thanks, man. Semper Fi. Yeah.
I hate bringing up another city, but today on the front page of the Athens Banner Herald, which is a USA Today paper, they had a picture of one of the moms of one of the soldiers shooting people in Iran out in the street. They were upset that she was having to bury her son. They didn't say anything about all the people that they shot out in the street and all the nurses that they shot in the hospital taking care of the protesters. But we're supposed to be upset because her son got killed.
And this is an Athens paper? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's Athens Banner Herald. It's similar to what the Marietta Daily Journal used to be, but for Athens, because they have a huge college population, it's still being printed.
Yeah.
But they're more worried about the lady that had one of her Iranian soldiers get killed fighting us than they are about all the people that got killed out in the street.
Yeah, it's typical. It's typical, and it's never going to change either. And I'm sorry, of course, in a college town, they want to make sure they attract a college attention and the college kids. I suppose, although you would think in Athens, for University of Georgia, they wouldn't have an issue with that many woke people or apologists for wars in foreign countries. Or so. I don't know. I don't get it, man.
During 2020, they were trying to tear down all of the old statues in Athens. They don't care about woke or not. They just want to be as politically correct as they can be.
Yeah. In fact, tearing down statues is another thing. The only country that when that happens is because they want to erase your entire history. I don't want to erase the history of America. We need to look at our history and cherish our history and see how, by God, white people elected a black guy president twice. So everybody can kiss my ass who compared to Thomas Jefferson's statue. He can eat me. How about that? Unbelievable.
Roll on, Timmer.
All right, man.
My blessings, buddy. Take care of yourself.
I got to go. You're killing me. 4:33.
I heard a rumor the other day that Brian Kemp is possibly the next candidate for the University of Georgia president.
Oh, really?
Someone told me that. I don't know if it's true or not. But
that makes sense. If he's not going to be governor anymore.
Right, yeah. I mean, he should have run for the Senate.
Well, Georgia politics. I don't get. I came here in 1972, and that was a way different thing. Controlled by the Democrats. It was all Southern Democrats. There was no Republicans in Georgia in 1972. But what's happening now? The Republican Party. Again, we picked the wrong candidates the last couple of times, and that's why we have two socialists as Democrat senators. I mean, it's out. And if we don't get rid of that asshole coming up here in this,
is it Mike Collins that's running against him?
Yeah. I thought Doug Collins would have been appointed the nominee to run for Senate for the Republican Party instead of Kelly, the girl. Anyway. Yeah. Nothing personal.
Kelly Loeffler.
Yeah, I mean, she's a wonderful girl. Now she's head of the Small Business Administration and doing a great job.
Yeah, but the two of them going up against each other is why we lost that seat.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Herschel Walker thing. And I mean, it's just a freaking nightmare. And I hope we've got it together. And by the way, the latest on this Rick Jackson thing, I'll tell you what, between Rick Jackson and Burt Jones, holy smokes, Burt Jones says that Rick Jackson made his money off the dead babies that he had abortions for at the Planned Parenthood, where he made a trade or whatever. And Rick Jackson says Burt Jones is a stone cold liar. And then he showed one of his TV ads. He actually has a video of Burt Jones from years ago praising Rick Jackson. So, I mean, this is going to be a hell of a summer, I think, coming up. Because, there's going to be, I guarantee people have got stuff. They're waiting to get the good stuff until the end of the summertime. But this is
the ugly part about politics. Right. It just sucks. I mean, it makes Republicans look bad.
Well, remember that it used to. Ronald Reagan had the very famous Republican saying: "Republicans don't talk about Republicans. You don't say something bad about your own party." Anyway.
Good thing if he was alive today and what he saw,
he wouldn't recognize this. I don't recognize it. I mean, seriously, I'm a creature of the 50s growing up, but as a reporter from the 60s and 70s. And this is not even in the ballpark. All right, hold on. 4:45, Kimmer, Pete, Pizza, Flounder, and Joe Baseball. We all have sports later. We got tweets, and we got Flounder's Funnies and the news and stuff. It's all coming up here on Hump Day. Look out, 106.3.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Extra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Extra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. The legacy of Joe Biden lives. His open border policy let millions of illegal criminals stream into our country. We continue to have customers visit the showroom and report that they have been victims of break-ins and lost their hard-earned and irreplaceable items. So don't be a victim. Drive by the Safe House showroom and see what real security looks like. Picture yourself placing your valuables in a Fort Knox safe. Now that's real protection for your priceless valuables. Drop by the showroom or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we're bringing you the biggest diamond engagement and wedding event of the year. Our spring bridal event is back. For one weekend only, take advantage of exclusive savings, extensive designer lines, and an incredible event-only diamond selection. Plus, get event-only savings of up to $3,000 or 0% APR financing for 3 years at D. Geller & Son's spring bridal event. It's this weekend, Friday through Sunday, in both showrooms, Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. Save even more when you RSVP online at dgeller.com.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Is your entire home winter ready? Every entry point? Cold air is invading your home through your windows, entry doors, and your biggest entry point, your garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Keep that cold air out of your home and save on your heating bills with energy-efficient windows, entry doors, and garage doors from All Four Seasons. We're proud to be celebrating a quarter-century of quality work and customer care. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
You and your buddy. You've been through a lot with each other. The ups and the downs. He's been with you every morning, noon, and night. You've traveled the world together. Heck, he was even with you on your first big date. But have you noticed he's struggling lately? Not performing on the job. He can't even stand up straight anymore. He's wanting to cry out for help, but just doesn't know how. He needs Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can give him the gift of good posture this year, help him stand proud and become all he was meant to be. Now, take him by the hand, look him in the eye and say, I appreciate you, little fella, and we're going to get you some help. We're going to call 404-777-1911. We're going to visit stopmyed.com. We are going to say goodbye to erectile dysfunction forever. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's one worth having. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Online at stopmyed.com.
All right, let me ask you a question. How the hell would the Dow Jones average go down 7 freaking hundred? Because he hasn't changed the interest rate. I mean, they're just doing it to make money every time they change it up and down. I can't believe this. All right, hold on. First, we got the Neil Young. I'm sorry, it's like fingernails on a blackboard for me. Whiny. Anyway, big hit, though. 1972. 3 weeks with Heart of Gold, #1 in America. Released from his... Oh, God, it's just whiny, isn't it? Is that me, or...
It's a great album, though. It really is.
I know it's me. It's like the same thing with that guy with the white hair and the shag haircut. What's the name? Who's the guy with the white hair? And,
that guy.
Oh, God. The British guy's got the white hair and the shag haircut, and he had a model wife.
Rod Stewart?
Rod Stewart. Oh, fingernails on a blackboard. Good Lord. Anyway, Neil Young, #1 song here. 3 weeks, Heart of Gold. It was his only #1 single in America. And it says here, it featured the backup vocals by James Taylor and Linda Ronstadt.
That I didn't know. Huh?
I don't... let's listen for backup vocals. I don't hear any. Let's wait.
That's the harmonica.
Oh, in fact, I forgot I'm playing harmonica with Neil Young here. Wow, I almost got it. Now, listen. I don't hear any backup singers.
No, that's just him singing.
Well, it talks about this song, though. The song features backup vocals, James Taylor and Linda Ronstadt. You'd think it'd be there. I can't.
It's probably here in the chorus. No,
I'll be darned. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to drag it out here, but now I don't. That's crazy. I don't understand. Anyway, so there you go. For the record, that's Neil Young, #1, 1972. Big time, dad. Let's see, birthdays. How about this? How about Reince Priebus? Reince Priebus is 54. He used to be the White House chief of staff under one of the Bushes, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. 404-741-1230. And on this day in history, a very sad day for Teddy Pendergrass, the soul master. On this day in 1982, Teddy Pendergrass was paralyzed from the waist down when his Rolls Royce bounced off a divider and slammed into a tree in Philadelphia. That was 1982. 4 years later, Teddy Pendergrass was seriously injured again when his hand-controlled van crashed into a power pole. That was 1986.
Ouch.
And then in 2010, Teddy Pendergrass died from colon cancer. Jeez, he was trying to tell you something, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. All right, here we go. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Anything going on over there, Flounder? He's kind of looking for stuff, seeing what's happening. There's a couple things happening in the news, and we'll have the latest on the perfect Democrat candidate. Concerning the war in Iraq, missiles are now hitting Qatar again, or Qatar, as they use. Bush too used to say as Qatar. Missiles strike a major energy hub, damage spreading at the key sites. A petroleum company for all the gas and oil in Qatar released a statement saying their industrial city was hit subject of missile attacks Wednesday night, which is now their time. They were deployed immediately, resulting in fires, damage caused. They'll continue communicating about it anyways. But again, Iran is shooting missiles into his neighbors. And anyway, I don't know what's going on with those people. Let's see what else we got here. The Reserve Chairman again. Dow Jones is down 700 points, and the Federal Reserve Chairman is holding interest rates steady. This guy Powell, and again, there's a whole legal thing on whether they can start investigating him, but so far they've been blocked from doing it. And the federal rates are unchanged at the current rate of 3.5% to 3.75%. The central bank decision to hold rates steady after successive point rate cuts in September, October, and December to close out last year. So I don't know what that means. All I know is when the banksters get together, man, I lost all my money. I didn't even do anything. All of a sudden, every month I said, what happened to my money? I'm serious. It would like I lose $100,000 a month. I was saying, now wait a minute. I'm just sitting here. I didn't do anything. It's not like I bought something and Anyway, by the way, politics. Democrats are loving this guy, a Democratic nominee in the state of Texas for a congressional seat by a Latin Grammy singing winner, a Grammy-winning singer, a Latin guy named Bobby Pulido, and he is the Democratic nominee for Congress in a district in Texas. Pulido is his name. And they caught him in a music video where he did some lewd behavior, dressing up as a character wrapped in a red blanket, exposing himself to women seated next to him on a plane. And then he followed it up by saying, well, people are opening up these days. At first they said I was gay. There were rumors I was like gay. No homo, amigo. He taunted pharmaceutical exec Martin Shkreli, who had to go to prison, saying, don't drop the soap, blank. And then as a personal account, it shows him urinating on Donald Trump's Hollywood Walk of Fame. And he also posts a bunch of blanking your mother, blanking thick, he describes himself also as a winter Texan for spending most of the year in Mexico. And he's running for Congress in Texas. Perfect candidate. Not only that, do we how long this guy, 51. Yeah, let's play it. Here's the guy who beat running in the Senate race, rather.
Beat Jasmine Crockett.
He beat Jasmine Crockett, the hood rat. James Tellerica, we're going to play cut number 8 here, Baseball Joe. Listen to what he says about what people should do if he's elected senator in the state of Texas. Again, Texas, number 8.
We have, I think, heard more and more issues of animal welfare. I think not just because it's the right thing to do,
animal
the moral
welfare
thing to do, but also it's, as all of you know, necessary to fight climate change. It is now existential that we try to reduce our meat consumption and that we try to respect animals in all aspects of society.
Texas.
And so I am proud to say that our campaign has officially become a non-meat campaign. So we have
in Texas.
We are only buying vegan products from our local vegan businesses.
Vegan businesses.
Some of you may know Big Nona's. They were little Nona's, and then they opened up brick and mortar, so another Big Nona's. But we just got our pizza from there today. And so the point is that I think all of us, not just policymakers,
vegan pizza.
but everyone has
it sounds delicious.
In this effort.
I don't even know what. Actually, my daughter's a vegan. She says, "Bye, baby." There goes my girl. Did she see me wave? I hope she saw me wave.
She did not see you wave.
Oh, crap. I hate it when she waves to me and she didn't see me wave back. Anyway, I'm sorry. I have to say bye to my girl when she goes by. Anyway, this sounds like a perfect candidate. No meat in Texas.
That's not going to go well with his constituents.
Hard to believe.
Vegan brisket.
James Teller. This is a really freaky guy. Is this the preacher, the part-time preacher? I think that's also anyway. We'll get it all straightened out. Hold on, another Flounders Funny here for you on your hump day with Kimmer, No Pete, and Baseball Joe playing a little Flounders Funny here for you.
I travel every week and I go to a barbecue place every town. And before you start, I'm not going to listen to you. Like I don't ask locals anymore because they don't want you to go somewhere close. Like it's never. Like, hey man, I saw this place. It was right by my hotel. I'm going to go to this bar. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. That's not real barbecue. You don't want to go there. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get on the freeway. You're going to go about 45 miles, okay? You're going to come to a rusted down mailbox. You make a right there on a gravel road, and you just keep going till it ends. There's a man that lives in a dirt hole. Now, he comes out of that hole every Thursday morning with a brisket. That's some barbecue right there. That's some barbecue. He don't take money. You got to give him baseball cards, but I'm going to tell you what. That's some barbecue right there.
Mr. Greg Warren. I played him yesterday. You liked him, so.
He is a very funny guy. It's Kimmer Pete's off at Flounder and Joe Baseball joining us here for your hump day. Our number is 404-741-1230. I kind of feel bad that he didn't get a call back yet from
Rick the Painter. He's still trying to remember his joke. Call back, Rick.
Yeah, the Kimmer impulse is rubbing off on you. My bad. Sorry, Rick. I know it's my fault. Anyway, almost 5 o'clock on 106.3. How you doing? What's going on?
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Top intelligence officials on the Capitol Hill Grill. On Lisa Brady, Fox News, at a Senate hearing on worldwide threats, focusing mainly on Iran.
National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard told the Senate Intelligence Committee the Iranian regime remains intact, but its leadership and military capabilities have been significantly degraded.
The IC assesses that if a hostile regime survives, it will likely seek to begin a years-long effort to rebuild its military, missiles, and UAV forces.
She said this about a threat to the United States.
The intelligence community assesses that Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, and Pakistan have been researching and developing an array of novel, advanced, or traditional missile delivery systems with nuclear and conventional payloads that put our homeland within range.
And that adversarial countries will be able to threaten us with a collective 16,000 missiles by the year 2035.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Democrats challenging Gabbard's insistence that the president decides what is or isn't an imminent threat. Iran loses another top official, the third taken out by Israel in 2 days, this time the country's intelligence minister. And Iran has been firing back at Israel.
As Iran retaliates, neighborhoods near Tel Aviv burned. Last night, at least 2 cluster bombs were fired into Israel by Iranian missiles. They break up into dozens of bomblets, which are making it past the air defenses. Last night, after midnight local time, a cluster bomb hit several neighborhoods around Tel Aviv. 2 people, 70 years old, were hit by shrapnel when a bomblet hit their apartment, and they were killed.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Tel Aviv. Iran also launching another round of attacks on Persian Gulf neighbors, including a strike in a Saudi Arabian province home to many oil fields, while threatening to ramp up strikes on oil and gas facilities in Qatar and the UAE. Meantime, Iran state media releasing a second written statement said to be from the new Supreme leader, vowing vengeance for martyrs. Earlier today, President Trump attending a dignified transfer for 6 U.S. service members killed in a crash over Iraq. America is listening to Fox News.
For years, I've talked about Relief Factor. You've heard stories about the people who finally found real relief after trying the 3-week quick start. I'm one of those stories. My pain had become so bad that I was starting to believe that my best days were behind me. This was like 10 years ago. Relief was not in the picture until I tried Relief Factor. They are always striving to help people get out and stay out of pain. And remarkably, Relief Factor has made their already trusted formula even better. They've added premium black pepper extract because apparently that helps your body absorb the high-quality key ingredients more efficiently. So in simple terms, it helps your body get even more benefit from what you're already taking. And that matters. If If you're going to take something daily, you want your body actually using as much of it as possible. So if you've been listening to me talk about Relief Factor for a while, this is your moment. Or if you're already taking it, you're now going to get the enhanced formula designed to work even smarter. Start with a 3-week quick start. It's $19.95 at relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. How will it feel to be out of pain? relieffactor.com.
Get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of like, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper. Pete Davis is off gallivanting around there somewhere. Flounders here, and of course, Joe Baseball joining us here from the baseball wing of our building and Mr. Dickey's operation here today. And we'll talk with Joe and do a little sports thing here in a few minutes and talk about the game last night. I saw part of it, didn't see it, but Joe saw it all, and he'll give us a little play-by-play here just for fun. And again, thanks, Joe, for being. I know you've already worked all day, but we appreciate you being here, part of this thing too. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We have, we'll talk some sports stuff. We got some tweet stuff. We have another Flounders Funny, various things coming up here, an awful lot of stuff going on in the world, including the 3 different hearings today. One, they are apparently voting or debating, not voting, I'm very proud, they're debating the Voting Save Act. And we don't know yet. Everybody's been talking about talking. I hate this. The word's not talking filibuster. Talking filibusters to make the Democrats put up or shut up, and that's an issue. And frankly, it's too confusing. I don't know where we stand on. I don't know what has to be new. Cloture's a thing. I mean, it's all a bunch of crap. So they're still, messing around. So that's been going on. Also, the hearing on our national security and world terrorism and so forth with Tulsi Gabbard and the head of national security and stuff like that. And then there was a hearing for whether to confirm the Department of Homeland Secretary Mark Wayne Mullin, the senator, and that's where Rand Paul, who is Rand Paul got into it with Mark Wayne Mullin, and Rand Paul is a libertarian, and he is a gadfly. He's a fly in the ointment. He's a bull in the tree. He's a lot of different things you can call him. And the only thing I have a problem with him is when it comes down to it, I believe that Rand Paul would vote against America if he thought it was something that hurt his own particular personal conscience. In other words, at some point you have to do the right thing for your country. If you're so selfish that you're saying, well, that's the best thing for the country, but I just don't happen to personally believe that's the right thing to do, and so I'm not going to support that, even though I know it'd be the right thing for the country. I mean, the nerve of the guy. Who the hell are you? You're a senator from the state of Kentucky. Ooh. I mean, seriously.
His own individual opinions over the party.
I mean, over the country. I mean, and again, the party. Views. In fact, let's do this, Joe Baseball. Let's play cut number. Again, there are some very long segments we played earlier today where Rand Paul is saying to McMullen, you called me a snake. Here's say it to my face. You criticized me and said I deserved to get pummeled when I got beat up by my neighbor the other day. And Mark Mullin replied and explained everything. And he said, you're a gadfly. You work more for them than you do for us. Well, here it kind of wraps up the two of them together, sparring. It's cut number 4, Rand Paul and Mark Wayne Mullin over political violence and who said what to whom. Cut number 4, Joe, if you will, sir.
In the days after the fight, you said, and I quote, sometimes people just need to be punched in the face. Is that still your opinion, that political disputes can sometimes and often only be resolved by violence?
No, I don't always agree with that. I don't believe in political violence. I've made that very clear. But sometimes people do need, theoretically speaking, sir, I get it. It's about character assassination for you. That's the way this game is played. I understand it. And you are making this about you, which is fine, but that doesn't keep me as Secretary of Homeland Security.
Character assassination when you were the one lauding the assault. Who do you think started that character assassination? I'm just repeating what you have done in character assassination. I'm repeating your support for the assault. So that's somehow something I started?
No, sir. What I'm saying is you're adding a lot to it.
And so here we go. Anyway, again, I don't know I don't know whether they've voted yet. Are they going to? Have we seen it? I haven't seen anything on what happened.
Nothing on a set date to vote.
Yeah.
They're still just debating.
But again, I'm not even sure whether they're still debating. It's after 5. It's 5:08.
Yeah, they're done for the day.
They are done for the day. But I guess they're going back.
Well, even if Ron Paul doesn't vote for him, you still have Fetterman's vote, so that'll offset. I mean.
And again, John Fetterman was very laudatory toward Markwayne Mullin today as an individual, and Fetterman, sounding a lot more reasonable than any Democrat I can remember. And although they all stick together now, I think John Fetterman did say he's going to vote for him. I think
yes, he pretty much said that.
So that will offset, and these freaking Republicans, you just can't seem to get it together on any of the issues. In fact, let's do that. Let's play cut number 7 here coming up. Joe Baseball. Lisa Murkowski. Here's another. 2 girl senators. The one from Maine. What's her name? Susan Collins, who talks like this. And then Lisa Murkowski from Alaska. And Lisa Murkowski is not going to vote for the SAVE Act for America to require you to ID yourself before you vote. And here's another example of doing something that's so selfish for your own self that you don't care about your country, which could affect the way America elects a freaking president. Here's cut number 7. Lisa Murkowski, again, she is from the rural state of Alaska. Here's why she is not going to vote for people required to get an ID to vote. Now, number 7, sir.
Where do you stand on the Save America Act? Do you, support getting this legislation passed to protect elections?
Not as it is drafted, no.
Why not?
The implementation in a rural state like Alaska is going to disenfranchise an extraordinary majority. And while I support citizenship voting and voting ID, I want to make sure that it's implementable.
She thinks that I've got Eskimos who don't have an ID, and so therefore she would try to sabotage the country for requiring an ID to vote. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know where they get the freaking nerve. I mean, seriously. In fact, did you send me a list of all the things you need to vote?
Yeah. Hold on a minute. It's like 6 paragraphs.
I mean, it's unbelievable. The requirements to cast a vote and the things you don't need to cast a vote. I forgot whether it was a text or an email.
No, it was, here it is.
Oh, you got reading glasses now? Oh, my God. Are these new?
I've had them for about a couple months.
I'll be darned. Look at Fonder.
Let's see. When valid IDs are required, driving, boarding an airplane, purchasing a car, getting a car registration, buying insurance, buying train tickets, obtaining a passport. There's about 50 of these. Applying for a mortgage, buying a house, applying for apartment rentals, renting a hotel room, buying a cell phone, going to court. When valid IDs are not required. Voting,
yeah, unbelievable. And in fact, the other thing is that I think they're trying to ban mail-in ballots with a few exceptions, like for military overseas or handicapped stuff like that. And again, they're fighting that.
Well, you were saying yesterday in Colorado, everyone can mail in vote.
You don't have to go to the polls anymore, apparently. Whether they're going to get away with that or not, I don't know. Anyway, Kimmer and Pete's off. Flounder and Joe Baseball are joining us here for your Wednesday hump day afternoon. 5:11. We'll do a little sports thing coming up here shortly. First of all, this is kind of a funny story that I wonder how you feel about this. In New Jersey, a father who was upset because a seagull tried to steal his daughter's French fry was sentenced to 8 months in jail because in order to get back at the seagull trying to steal his daughter's French fry, he cut off the seagull's head. He was charged with a third-degree animal felony. Outraging animal rights advocates called it a slap on the wrist. Franklin Ziegler, 30 years old, spotted clutching the poor headless bird trying to find a trash bag near a pier on the waterfront beach part of North Wildwood, New Jersey. He pleaded guilty to animal cruelty, served almost a year behind bars, and was issued $250 in fines. His attorney said that he admitted to a recovery court, a kind of supervised adult probation. He was released from the county jail. And a year later, they charged him with third-degree animal cruelty. They called his original sentencing a slap on the wrist for a serious felony, a brutal act of torture committed in broad daylight in front of children. Extremely disappointing. And while the FBI recognizes the link between domestic violence and animal cruelty, he embodies this risk. The county court has failed to protect community members of all its species. They wanted a harsher sentence. He deserves more time. What he did was disgusting and uncalled for. My God, the man went to jail for beheading a freaking seagull. I mean, you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Okay, wrong. But I mean, a year
might
in
be
jail.
Some issues there, yeah.
A year in jail. 30-year-old with it. Oh man, I don't know.
Maybe a year's worth of probation or something like that.
It's customer service. I mean,
I think just a fine is fine.
Fine, community service, or work at the ASPCA on the weekends or something. Help bathe dogs at a dog shelter or something. Whatever. My goodness. Anyway, 5:13. Holy crap! We'll do sports coming up here. Joe Baseball will be the star, whether you like it or not. But you ought to think. Anyway, Kemmer, Pizza, Flounder, and Joe Baseball on your hump day at 5:13. Here we go. Look out.
Extra 106.3 is focused on the issues that matter most to you. Inflation, housing costs, healthcare, and taxes all shape the political landscape nationally and in Atlanta. And President Trump continues to fight the good fight so you'll have the chance to live the American dream. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Well, this health insurance thing sure is confusing. And I know some of the issues are people saying, I get my bill when I pay my health insurance thing. And then I think, wow, if I use it, I know there are going to be deductibles that I didn't really know about. And I wonder if there's a better way. And now that we're, it's not January anymore. So it's not like, the change of the new year, see what's going on. But a lot of people are confused, and for very good reason. You didn't make the plan up. And the people who did make it up don't care about your situation. So here's the deal. You can't afford not to have it. Here's where my guy Steven comes in, the health insurance doctor. Call him the health insurance doctor because he pretty much way it ought to be. He's been doing this for a long, long, long time. And he will set you straight about whether there's a better way. Here's an actual example, true story, a family paying over $3,000 a month. Now they're paying about $1,200 without sacrificing their coverage. Not for everybody, but it happens. It's real. It could happen to you. You got to find out. It's worth takes like 2-3 minutes or something. There are plans with PPO networks, no deductible options, year-round enrollment. Here's a number, Stephen, the health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. Maybe you're saving some money. healthinsurancedoctor.net.
Attention, Antifa, human traffickers, cartels, and woke DAs. With Chris Carr as governor, you won't stand a chance.
I'm Chris Carr. In Georgia, we will prosecute you. It's easy for politicians to talk tough, but I'm the only Republican who put gangs, human traffickers, and Antifa behind bars. I even fought Obama, Biden, and Abrams in court and won. If you're attacking our police or our freedoms, I'll be your worst nightmare.
Chris Carr doesn't just talk tough. Carr had the courage, brought the cases, and locked up the criminals. He has more than 120 gang convictions. Over 200 human trafficking victims have been rescued and seized enough fentanyl to kill 3.5 million Georgians. Carr's taking on the woke left, making crime illegal again. As governor, Chris Carr will keep up the fight and never back down. Chris Carr, governor. Real fights, real wins, real conservative. Paid for by Carr for Georgia.
There's no championship league for small business owners. But if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation. One-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at Lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Hey, this is Los with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
All right, look out. 1931, a genius colonel named Jacob Schick began selling the first electric razor. Yes, Colonel Jacob Schick began calling it the Jacob. An incredible story in 1931. And now, sponsored by Glickman's Flams. Holy crap, it's sports with all of us. And starring Joe Baseball, who's now working with the Braves over there, formerly Morning Joe of the Morning Show. And
big baseball guy over here.
There you go, Mr. Baseball right now. Give us a little highlight on the game last night, America versus Venezuela. And right
in case you're living under a rock,
yeah.
The United States of America is full of losers. The biggest loser being that one, Aaron Judge, going 0 for 4. The man who batted a league-leading .330 last year and leading the league in home runs, throws up goose eggs around the board. Nolan McLean, rookie this year for the Mets, he pitched all right, 4.1 innings. He allowed 2 runs by the Venezuelans, and then Dummy DeRosa, the manager of the United States, didn't put in star closer Mason Miller, instead put in scrub Garrett Whitlock. That allowed the Eugenio Suarez double and the walk before it to allow Venezuela to win their first ever WBC championship with the Braves' own Ronald Acuna Jr.
And despite the heroics of, what's his name?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, who hit the 2-run homer to tie it up.
In the 8th.
In the 8th inning.
All they had to do was take it to extras, just try to get on base. But the whole team goes down. Bryce Harper hit 2 of the United States' 3 hits.
There were 3 hits. 3
last night.
Now,
that right there isn't a good stat. I mean,
And by the way, explain to the little people about why they didn't play the closer or put that star pitcher in as a closer that we all thought he maybe should have done.
Mason Miller traded last year from the A's to the Padres. One of the best closers in baseball, consistently throws 101, 102, has been a star for the USA because they couldn't hit runs the entire tournament of WBC. They couldn't put him in because the Padres said he could only pitch in save situations, and since it was a tie game, they had to go with somebody else.
Is that to save his arm or something? I mean, I don't know. Why would you have... I've never heard of that line in a contract. You can't be a closer. You can only pitch if it's a save?
With the World Baseball Classic, there's a lot of stipulations that the MLB puts in place to preserve their contracts and preserve their bodies so they don't get injured during the World Baseball Classic. So
because it's during the season, or it's right before the season starts.
Guys that are more valuable, like a Mason Miller, guys that make a lot of money, may not get permission from the insurance companies to do specific things.
Yeah, so they were hoping that there wouldn't be a save situation so they'd never have to use him. Basically, they were trying to keep him out of competition.
Yeah, but they had to use him.
Well, then why would he put on the team if they weren't going to be able to use him? Either, the manager ought to be able to use the guys. I mean, seriously, it's unbelievable. I mean, so his team did not want him to compete in the World Championship.
No.
Clearly.
And the same goes for Tariq Skubal, who only pitched 1 game in the WBC, the first one.
Well,
and
he
the
left
Tigers went.
Yeah, didn't he go back on his own accord or not? Didn't he leave to go back to spring training or something?
That's what he said, but
that's
there's
not true?
Definitely some funny business because he just signed that big old contract with the Tigers. I don't think the Tigers would allow him to go out there. With the possibility of him wearing his arm or doing anything to his arm that wasn't in a Tigers uniform.
Yeah.
So they had to rely on a guy who's only started 8 games in the majors.
Yeah. And he did pretty well, I guess.
Did well.
4.5 innings.
He's the top pitching prospect in the MLB. It's not like he's a scrub.
Yeah. And now, in case the little people missed it, and again, we normally have Pete Davis doing sports, Holy Crap is Sports, and he's gallivanting around. Tell us about that. Is it Didier? I forgot to pronounce his name. Yeah. Tell us about this kid and remind us. Again, last year, everybody's saying, "Oh my God, you're going to ruin this kid." Tell us about this kid, what he did, and what it's looking like.
So Didier Fuentes pitched 6 games with the Braves last year when they were going through their pitching struggles.
At 19.
4 games at 19 years old. Yeah. He ended up doing terrible, had a 13.85 ERA, allowed 23 hits and 20 earned runs in just 13 innings.
And everybody went nuts that they've ruined this kid. His mental capacity is going to be blown to smithereens. They embarrassed him in the majors, and he'll never recover from it. Remember all the negative, all the stuff that was happening?
Oh, yeah. And I was part of it.
Yeah.
I was thinking, why would you call this kid up just to have him embarrass himself?
Yeah.
Turns out that he's gone the complete other direction. Last week, in one of his starts, he had 6 strikeouts without a run allowed.
Yeah.
And today, he pitched against 14 batters and had 8 Ks to go along with it.
That's a good
start. 20
start.
years old.
Yeah. I mean, the kids, this is, I don't know, do you know anything about him? Is he, he must be strong mentally, or, I don't know anything about his record, where he's from or anything. But
I don't know. He's from Colombia.
Excellent. Well, he's
that's all I really know.
Yeah. Well,
but they seem to love him. That's why they brought him up to the majors last year. They must think that he's got some chops to do big things in big-time games.
But clearly you believe he's going to be going to the minors, at least to start. He's not going to make the club at the beginning, but
no, he won't make the club at the beginning. We have enough good relievers on the team to where they wouldn't want to have him exclusively do that. They're going to want to have him as a starting pitcher. Him and J.R. Ritchie, along with Owen Murphy, are 3 starting pitchers for the future. So they don't want to waste him in the bullpen. But we can't bring him up just yet, even if he does continue to dazzle one more time, because Bryce Elder is out of options to go back to AAA. So if they send him down, another club's going to pick him up, because our pitching is bad, but it's a lot better than some other clubs out there.
And now Bryce Elder, he can be spectacular, unhittable, and then he can also have a problem. How's he doing now? Do you have an opinion on how he's doing?
He's had some stinkers. He's whenever he allows 1 walk, he allows 8.
7 more.
And that's his issue.
It's like a bad day for him is a really bad day.
But last year against the Giants, he had a game with 13 strikeouts, and he's not even a strikeout guy.
Yeah. Well, hoping for the best. All right, and any other sports things on top of your mind here? Is because I got a lot of sports headlines we can talk about if you want to too.
Oh, go for it. The biggest one today, oddly enough, is the WNBA.
Now I don't know about that. What's a WNBA story?
What happened in the WNBA?
Well, there was going to be a lockout,
basketball.
but they agreed on the new terms for the collective bargaining.
Oh, they're going to get $60,000 a year instead of $52,000 or no?
No, so their salary cap increased from $1.5 million to $7 million
for the team to spend.
For the team,
yeah.
And again, the individual player max is now 1.5. The super max last year was $295,000.
Yeah.
Now the average minimum, the minimum for the league is $300,000. So a big pay raise.
That's a big. Yeah, they should be liking that for the league minimum.
Oh yeah. And it's not like the league is, the NBA.
Yeah.
It's a subsidized league.
It is a subsidized
absolutely.
league.
And
but the WNBA and the NBA should want to have these girls because they can go elsewhere and make a whole lot more money, which they do in the off season.
Oh, playing internationally. Yeah, what's her name? Got arrested in Russia. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Well, I'm boycotting them. I don't like their attitude. I don't like this bulliness. I don't like this racism. I don't like the bitching and moaning that they're not giving us money. They're not getting money that the men are. I'm seriously. I look at them and I watch what they're doing, and I appreciate the skill. I mean, women athletes are. I love women athletes. A girl who can throw a baseball is a dish. I mean, she's above most other. And girls who ride horses are special in every category. But again, the bullies and the backstabbing, and I don't like them acting that way. It's just not what and I don't like professional basketball. My God, I mentioned to Pete yesterday. A couple of what's this Wednesday? It was like Monday. One of the games, Big Time Charlie on ESPN, a buzzer beater, and the guy made the buzzer beater by taking 4 steps to the basket. Palming the ball, changing pivot hood, took 4 steps to them. I go, oh my God, blow the whistle, and it was a buzzer beater. So the ref's not going to blow the whistle saying, no, that doesn't count. I mean, they would have stoned him. Yeah, I mean, it's not basketball anymore. It's just ridiculous. The whole thing just, makes me goofy.
In other basketball news, the Hawks are playing tonight. They're playing against the Mavericks.
Oh, is that good?
And the young man Cooper Flagg, but they're going for their 11th straight win.
That's right. We knew that. And now, how's Cooper Flagg doing? He was a big guy from Duke, right? The freshman or something?
Oh, yeah. He's kicking butt.
Is he doing great?
Still's not good, though. They're only 23-46.
Mavericks
sitting at 13th in the Western Conference.
Is that idiot coach who's the leftist commie socialist? Who
That's Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, yeah. Is that Steve? Yeah.
No. Their coach is Jason Kidd.
Oh, Jason Kidd.
He is, but Jason Kidd is an outspoken liberal as well.
Yeah, that's true. But that Steve Kerr can kiss my foot. I mean, he's a bum. I mean, he's a freaking commie. Seriously. They're probably a Chinese agent, too. All those freaking guys. Oh, you can't talk about China. Oh, God forbid you talk about China. Freaking scumbags. All right, what else we got here? A couple of things. Oh, here we go. I'll do a little football thing here. Actually, we'll do one more basketball thing here, Joe Baseball and Flounder. The Milwaukee Bucks want to shut down Giannis, and I'm not going to get the last name right. I used to watch this guy play. He's going to be shut down the rest of the season after his latest injury, and their postseason chances are dwindling. But Giannis Antetokounmpo says their two-time MVP has refused the team's request and wants to play again. So we shall see. All right, let's see what else we got. We got a football update here. Hold on a second. Here we go. This is a little surprising. Tell me what you think about this. The Eagles have acquired veteran quarterback Andy Dalton from the Panthers in exchange for a 7th-round pick next year. Philadelphia wants to stock its quarterbacks room. Sam Howell left in free agencies. The Cowboys got the opening with Jalen Hurts and Tanner McKee. Out of Stanford. I don't know anything about that stuff. Let's see what else we got. Another sports headline here, and just one more last one here. A former Bengals and Cowboys linebacker, Logan Wilson, retires. He's only 29 years old. He wants to be a Wyoming kid with big dreams of hearing my name called in the 3rd round of the draft. Forgive me more than I ever could have imagined, and football gave me more. And he's retiring at 29 years old.
Real quick, we got Walt on the horn. He's got a good story.
Walter, you're on the radio, man. How you doing, Walt? What's up?
Hey, guys. Yeah, this is Brian Fuentes.
Yeah.
When he was a kid, he was a right-handed pitcher. And he fell somehow and broke his right arm. And the coach told him, he says, well, I'm afraid your pitching days are over because you messed up your arm. And he said, no, I got another arm. That's how he learned to pitch lefty.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Ambidextrous, yeah. And then he learned to pitch?
Yeah, I'm serious. He said, no, I got another arm. I can work on it. And that's what he did. And look how much he's got. Now here he is pitching in the World Baseball Classic.
That's a true story? That's unbelievable. How can you teach yourself to suddenly change your entire coordination, a skeletal mat? I mean, this is unbelievable. Wow, I had no idea. Well, listen, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. That's the damnedest thing I've ever heard. To change from a right-handed to a left-handed pitcher just so you can do that?
That's dedication.
Holy cow. All right, 5:31. Pete's off. Kimber Flounder and Joe Baseball joining us with a great appreciation on your hump day here. 106.3. Beautiful sunny afternoon, too. It's getting better and warmer for the weekend. Look out. Here we go.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, I sure like that sunshine and warmer temperatures and back in the 70s. It's coming up, and it's planting season. Stovall & Company's ready for you. Builders and contractors, Stovall & Company, the wholesale landscaping supply. Paul and the boys, 11 locations, and they've got the seeds and flowers and plants. You want to see their flowers and plants. They got plants and shrubs that have spiraling flowers and all kinds of color flowers and landscaping stuff and, sod and irrigation systems and sprinklers. And don't forget, if you're putting in an outdoor fireplace or a kitchen by the pool or something, they can take care of some of that concrete stuff for you, too. Direct job site delivery. If you need it now, it's on the way. And if you can't find it with them, they'll tell you where else to get it. It's incredible. StovallInc.com.
You've worked hard to save, and many even have a financial advisor. But is your portfolio as efficient as it can be? I'm here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement, where our listeners can get a second opinion on their retirement savings. So, Evan, tell folks the biggest benefits of getting that second look.
Well, it's clarity. It's confidence. And I had a client come in the other day, and she thought, and she is, exceptionally conservative financially. And that's the way she had told her financial advisor to investors. She thought she was paying very little in fees. We came into the full review of her portfolio. She was taking a great deal of risk, so much so that she, in a good market, was down like 15, 20%. But then the thing that really put her over the top, the thing that she had no idea is she was paying about 4.5% a year in fees. It was an outrageous kick in the teeth to her. But the good news is there are ways to fix that problem pretty quickly and get you in line with what you actually thought you had.
Second opinions obviously are important, Evan, and as is reviewing what you have in place, right? You don't want to set it and forget it. You don't want to put a retirement plan together and just think, okay, now I'm good for the future, right?
Well, the way I view retirement and retirement plans is they're living, breathing things. Because the one thing I can promise you, I can promise me, and I can promise every single person that walks in our office is life will throw you curveballs. Things will change, and we've got to adapt with them. So if we aren't having annual reviews, and as you get closer to retirement, even more so, we have to adapt and build from there.
If you'd like a second opinion when it comes to your savings and investments, call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary second opinion today. That number is 678-736-7799. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Shop in the new 2026 Toyota Camry? Psst, come here. Make your move right now during Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event now through March 31st. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And you can buy with confidence. Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business with a 4.6-star Google rating and over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got strong Camry inventory, so you can choose the trim and color you actually want. Special APR is available as well on new 2026 Camrys, 4.99% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cop Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium, Marietta Toyota. Since 1975, we've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/31/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Truist Park is waiting for you, Braves country. Baseball is back, and so are your Atlanta Braves. The opening homestand of the 2026 season begins March 27th through the 29th as the Kansas City Royals come to town for opening weekend. The homestand begins with 2 gate giveaways, a magnetic schedule powered by Georgia Power, plus a rally towel presented by Racetrack to bring the energy to the home opener atmosphere on Friday, March 27th. Then on Sunday, March 29th, it's the first Kids Club giveaway of the year. The first 3,000 kids through the gates will receive a Ronald Acuna Jr. chenille cap, and families can enjoy exciting pregame activities inside Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Park. The excitement continues March 30th through April 1st as the Athletics visit Truist Park, and tickets start at just $10. Plus, fans can score a Drake Baldwin NL Rookie of the Year bobblehead on March 31st, presented by Coca-Cola. Get your tickets now at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Yeah, here we go now. 1967, the New Musical Express magazine announces the former Spencer Davis Group member Steve Winwood is about to form a new group. He would be working with Jim Capaldi, Chris Wood, and Dave Mason. They would pick the name Traffic. 1967. I love Steve Winwood. I have a couple of his songs on my Magic Music Stick. A couple of sad ones, but they're really good. He's a great singer. I love his songs. I forgot which ones they are now, but I'll play them tonight going home. And what is it? Give me some lovin'. Is that the deal?
This is Spencer Davis Group. Give me some lovin'.
Yeah. And Kimmer Petesoff at Flounder and Joe Baseball joining us here. In fact, speaking of sports earlier, that Joe was so kind to lead in here to for us, our birthday list includes Bonnie Blair, former Olympic speed skater. Bonnie Blair is 62 years old today. Also, the name Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play movies, but you know him as the 76-year-old, currently Brad Dourif, 76 years old. You know him as the victim of Nurse Ratched. Brad Dourif was nominated for the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for playing the stuttering Billy Babbitt on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was also Grima Wormtongue, is it? And the second Lord of the Rings movies. He was in Deadwood. Brad Dourif, Billy from One Flew Over, 76 years old today. And another quick sports thing here in honor of our Spoiled Decrepit Sports. On this day, 1985, baseball commissioner Peter Ueberroth reinstated Hall of Fame stars Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays. In 1985, they had been banned from baseball for accepting PR jobs, handshaking jobs with casinos. In fact, Joe Baseball, let me ask you this, because you're now with the Braves thing and here with the Dickey Broadcasting stuff. Do you think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yes. With an asterisk or just in it?
It makes sense why he's not.
Yeah. But,
you know...
And again, there's a clause in
there. But I
there
also think, like, if you let him in, then the Barry Bonds and the Sammy Sosas and Mark McGuire.
Now, should they be in?
No.
Should you be automatically banned?
I think yes.
You say either.
Well, the league let him do it.
Yeah. Well, and how many other people? Yeah.
And then, so they let him do it, and now they're like, punishing.
Yeah.
They made him an
example. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They made him an example, but, I mean, look what he did. He invented the head-first slide.
Yeah, their contribution to the game, baseball, is, is remarkable. On the other hand, if the Hall of Fame has a clause that says, of extremely wonderful character and, a leader in baseball, then, I can understand it, but it just seems kind of,
I think it's an example of just be nice to people, because he was not the most well-liked person.
Yeah.
And maybe if he was nice to people,
he
would have been
jerk.
like, okay.
Pete Rose, he was a jerk.
And I think they use that as an excuse to go, hey, you're a jerk. Yeah. We don't like you. Yeah. We don't want you in our club. Yeah. So just be nice to people.
Yeah, well, that would be different. And another thing in history, let me see what you think about this, too. On this day in 1980, a 12-year-old boy named Frank was struck and killed by a car in Queens, New York, driven by a neighbor named John Favera. Frank, at 12 years old's last name was Gotti. The 12-year-old son of mobster John Gotti, his 12-year-old son struck and killed by a car by John Favera, his neighbor in Queens, New York. In July, Mr. Favera vanished. Apparently, the victim of a mob hit stuck in an oil drum somewhere. How'd you like to run over and kill the 12-year-old son of the head of the mob?
Apparently, Gotti knew it was an accident, though. I think one of his soldiers or whatever kind of just took it upon themselves to do it.
I mean, brutal.
But imagine,
what would you do? Would you flee? Would you say, "Oh my God, they're going to get me"? Would you assume you're dead?
Yeah, because he was a neighbor, so he's married with kids. I mean, what do you?
I mean, honestly, back in, again, this was in the 1980s or something.
80s.
I mean, this is, We're still running things pretty good there. 5:42 already. We're going to play another cut. We're going to play cut number 10 here coming up, Joe Baseball. And I beg your pardon. Let's play cut number 1 first. We're going to play cut number 1. This is incredible. I'll talk about the Iran war and everything else. Remember, and if you don't remember history, and I don't, and most people don't, in history, there have been an awful lot of presidents whom you are about to hear right now in cut number 1. A lot of presidents you're going to hear, remember their voices, saying that Iran is a terrorist state and something ought to be done until the last president actually does something about it. Cut number 1, if you will, sir.
I am formally announcing my intention to cut off all trade and investment with Iran.
Our second goal is to prevent regimes that sponsor terror from threatening America or our friends and allies with weapons of mass destruction. Iran aggressively pursues these weapons and exports terror, while an unelected few repress the Iranian people's hope for freedom.
I strongly believe that our national security interest now depends upon preventing Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
Well, I can say to you, Iran will never get a nuclear weapon on my watch, as they say.
This terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
All those other presidents said it and didn't do squat. And Donald Trump does it, and all of a sudden he's a freaking commie insurrectionist again or something. It's unbelievable. And again, if the House wins control by the Democrats this fall, they'll impeach him again. Donald Trump doing what all those other presidents didn't have the balls to do. Hell, they all wanted to put the embassy in Jerusalem. Nobody did it till Trump did it. I mean, even little things like that. I mean, he's freaking unbelievable. And by the way, and now they're talking about, you can't say anything about the Muslims. You can't say anything about the terrorists and so forth. Well, let's play cut number 10 here, Joe Baseball. Joey Jones, you got to love this guy. Had his legs blown off in Afghanistan. A Marine combat hero, a Georgia boy, and a part of the Fox News network team. Does shows there, and he's on all the time. And Joey Jones says, free speech is still valid in America, so you ought to be able to sell whatever the hell you want about the Middle East or anything else. Cut number 10, if you will, sir.
Here's the deal. On September 11th, 2001, a couple thousand people in the city, most of which were Americans, died at the hands of what we call radical Islam. People came to this country with the intent to kill as many of us as possible and to bait us into a war, and by all intents and purposes, they did. That's exactly what they did. But they didn't do it for communism, didn't do it for socialism, they didn't do it for their country, they didn't do it for any ideology other than they believed that was the commandment of Muhammad himself, that is what they must do in jihad for Islam. It is a cancer in this world, radical Islam. It's okay to say it. You can be Muslim and say it. I want to see the folks at Westboro Baptist Church, I want to see every single one of them go to jail or worse. That's what I want for them. They protested my best friend's funeral at Arlington National Cemetery to try to make some money off of suing folks about it. They use Christianity as a guise. I'm willing to accept that radical Islam is somehow different from Islam. But if you are too much of a coward as the mayor of New York City to accept and vocalize that radical Islam is a cancer in this world and wants to kill all of us, then you don't deserve to be in this country or in that mansion over there. You need to figure your stuff out, because there's a lot of damn good people in this city of all walks of life that deserve better from you.
Georgia Marine combat hero Joey Jones. And, the Westboro Baptist Church, these are those scumbags who would show up at military funerals and call them all kinds of bad names. That's why they're the reason that I joined the Patriot Guard. Remember that group of Patriot Guard? We'd ride our motorcycle. We'd have the white shirts and our vests and everything else. And we would ride our motorcycles. And I've done this with the Patriot Guard here in Georgia. And we would go to military funerals and be there with our guns, and I always carry my Colt 45 and my Paladin have gun will travel holster every time I'm on that chopper.
For the world to see.
You're damn right, man. I know what I stand for with a Marine Corps code on and everything else. And we would go to the funerals to make sure that nobody was going to mess with them. I mean, why not?
Takes a low character to do something like that.
At a funeral. For somebody who volunteered to give us life. When you join the military, and whether there's a war or not, when you join the military, you're writing a check for the federal government payable by your life. And you hope they don't have to cash it, but they might. These freaking dirty, rotten, liar, scummy liberals. My God. It's 5:46 already. Holy cow. Kemper Pete's off. Flounder and Joe Baseball's here right up till 6 o'clock. And we'll do the story on that. The old guy working for, the delivery. Oh, poor baby. It's coming up. Jeez.
Neil Bortz is only live on Extra 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the Extra 106.3 app.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
It's tax refund season here in Georgia, and a lot of folks are deciding how to spend it. Let me suggest something practical, something you use every day, your air conditioning system. With an earlier and warmer projected spring, your air conditioner is about to start working real hard. If your system is older and inefficient, this might be a smart time to upgrade to a high-efficiency carrier system to save on your utilities. When you combine proven carrier technology with an experienced team like at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, you're investing in long-term comfort and efficiency. Right now, you can save up to $1,700 in rebates, plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making a new system more affordable than you might think. Before that refund disappears on something temporary, invest in comfort that lasts for years. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
Georgia Power was exceptional to Lake Point in helping us understand energy needs, energy efficiency, opportunities. What does that look like? Well, when you have a 120,000 square foot clear span space of athletes competing, you can get pretty hot, particularly in the summer. And to cool that off, they were instrumental in advising us, well, what we want to do is get air circulating. And so we put in these massive fans in the ceiling to help circulate the air and help with the energy efficiency as well, as one small example of their service.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
The Georgia Swarm are celebrating the best sports fans in the South. Join us for Fan Appreciation Night on Friday, March 20th at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Be there for giveaways and a post-game autograph session on the field. It's all presented by Coastal States Bank. Swarm fans, you guys make the Hive buzz, and we want to thank you so much. Get your professional lacrosse tickets today at GeorgiaSwarm.com for Friday, March 20th at 7:30 p.m. Gas South Arena. That's GeorgiaSwarm.com.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we're bringing you the biggest diamond engagement and wedding event of the year. Our spring bridal event is back. For one weekend only, take advantage of exclusive savings, extensive designer lines, and an incredible event-only diamond selection. Plus, get event-only savings of up to $3,000 or 0% APR financing for 3 years at D. Geller & Son's spring bridal event. It's this weekend, Friday through Sunday, in both showrooms, Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. Save even more when you RSVP online at dgeller.com.
When an emergency hits, it doesn't send out a warning. The power goes out, cell towers overload, and then suddenly your phone is nothing but a flashlight. The one thing you need most, communication, is gone. That's why you need rapid radios, and especially the new Rad 1. It cuts through the chaos with long-range, crystal-clear communication. So during a blackout, evacuations, or any severe weather, rapid radios keeps you connected to family, neighbors, and help when it matters most. Be prepared today. Visit rapidradios.com. Emergencies don't wait, so be ready. Only at rapidradios.com.
I never really cared for this song much for some reason. Don't know why. It was kind of weird. It was the sound of it was kind of too mechanical or something. It was a monster, though. Strawberry Fields. On this day in 1967, the Beatles scored their 13th number one single, Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields Forever. The song's title, as you probably know, is derived from the name of the street near John Lennon's house in Liverpool. McCartney and Lennon would meet at Penny Lane Junction in the Moseley Hill area to catch a bus into the center of the city. In 1967, made number one once again. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Dane Cook, the comic. Dane Cook is 54. Queen Latifah, birthday, 56 years old today, just for the record. And on this day, hold on a second. On this day in history, here we go. This is amazing. And by the way, we could all get rich if we could figure it out. This day, 1990, a pair of thieves dressed as policemen steal 13 works of art valued at more than $500 million. $500 million artworks from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston on this day in 1990. Two phony cops, they stole works by Rembrandt, Monet, Degas, what's the largest property theft in history. Two fake cops pushed the museum door buzzer, saying they were responding to a disturbance and requested to be let in. The museum guard broke protocol and let them in. The fake officers then handcuffed the guard. A second security guard proceeded to steal the works of art. Evidence collected from the scene, including handcuffs and duct tape that may have contained DNA. All the evidence was lost by the FBI. The case is still unsolved from 1990. None of the artwork has been recovered. There's 13 pieces of art, Rembrandt, Degas, the rest. None of it's recovered. There's a $10 million reward for information leading to the recovery of the works of art in good condition. Well, who knows? One clue is the fact that thieves seem to have made odd choices in their selection of art to steal, since there could have been more valuable pieces that might have been just as easily stolen. So you have to think that they were maybe stolen by request. Rich people saying, I want this, I want that, and go get those specific things. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, a $10 million reward. Oh, by the way, speaking of millions of dollars, what's the matter?
Ghost Hunter Joel's on the line. He wants to talk about John Gotti.
I couldn't hear you. Hold on a second. Oh, you were off there.
Sorry.
You're still off. Hey, Joe, we got a mic thing. Here we go.
Can you hear me now?
Nope, you're not on yet.
Can you hear me now?
I don't hear him yet. Is there something wrong? Is it just my headphone? Is he on?
I think it's your headphones.
Oh, my God. Why can't I hear you?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, now I can hear Joe.
But you can't hear me.
I cannot hear you. Well, that's the darndest thing I ever heard. You're sitting next to me.
Anyways, we have Ghost Hunter Joel on the horn. He wants to talk about John Gotti.
Excellent. Ghost Hunter Joel, welcome, sir.
Hey, how are y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you fine. How's it going?
Okay. Going well. Real quick, sports related. March Madness starts tomorrow.
That's right.
That's not Madness. Madness, college wrestling. But
I
got a coworker.
Yeah.
I have a coworker whose father is the cousin of John Gotti.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
No kidding.
And
I always tease with her that I'm like, I'm not going to piss you off because I don't want a pair of concrete shoes.
I mean, and now does this relative take those things in stride, or is this a thing still, I wonder, or what?
I joke with her all the time about it. She's really cool about it.
I'll be darned.
Well, y'all have a good one.
Thanks. Go, Senator Joel. Thanks, man.
Now you can hear me.
Now I can hear you fine. Was there a wire thing?
It got unplugged. You know how sometimes...
Oh, my God. In fact, that one does... Pete does it all the time. It happens all the time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw a thing with a thing there, but anyway. Now, and what... hold on a second here. Now I can't find... here it is. Here we go. 5:56. We got another Flounders Funny coming up for you. Okay, here's an update on the DoorDash hero. You remember the story of the guy, 78-year-old Tennessee man, Richard Pulley of Hillsborough, Tennessee, took the internet by storm. It showed the DoorDash camera showed him gingerly delivering a Starbucks bag to this girl's front porch, and he had to stop. And poor thing, he was 78 and he could barely make it. Well, the owner, the CEO of DoorDash, just donated $20,000 to the guy's GoFundMe account, and guess what? The woman who had the DoorDash camera, or DoorDash thing, saw it and said, "Oh, the poor old man's got to work," and she found out that he and his wife got taken off of benefits, and she has medical expenses, and they were going broke, so they both had to go work for DoorDash, and she would drive and he would deliver the stuff. They were to make ends meet, and so this woman in the neighborhood started a GoFundMe, and guess what? The GoFundMe has raised $1 million. $1 million. Because the man was slowly walking up the woman's porch. Now, I'm glad that they had medical bills, and who doesn't? But anyway, I'm happy for the guy. $1 million freaking dollars. And here's the bottom line: he's not quitting. He says, now I'm going to go to work, keep working at DoorDash because I liked it so much. I'll just do it now as a hobby.
Gives him something to do.
Oh, my God. A millionaire hobbyist for DoorDash, thanks to a lady in the neighborhood. One more Flounders Funny. Here we go. Perfect timing right here. Joe, baseball, what do you got?
Some people don't understand technology. My dad's one of those people. Now, my dad, I told you about him a little bit in the beginning. He's not a very tech-savvy person. He's a little eccentric. He's a generous person. He'll give you the shirt off his back. He'll help out anybody, but he's frugal. He does not like to spend money on himself, so I'm going to share the story with you. A few years ago, his second ex-wife, my stepmom, unfortunately passed away. And around that time, my dad apparently lost his cell phone. And what he did is he went over to their old place and he started using her old cell phone with her same phone number, and he didn't bother to tell anyone he was doing this. This is a true story from my life. Now, I know my dad, in his mind, that's a perfectly fine solution to a problem, and he solved it, and it's a temporary solution. And he was like, well, this is working so well for me, why change anything? So about a month later, I found out my dad did this because I got a text from my stepmom, who's no longer alive. I was a little freaked out because I didn't get along with that woman, so I was scared when I saw a text that said, hey, thinking about coming up for a visit. So just in case, I texted back, please stay where you are. And I threw my phone into a fire.
He threw his phone into a fire.
What's his name, Joe?
Does it say what is
Andy Hendricks?
Andy Hendricks, that's right.
Excellent. Joe Baseball, thanks again, man, for filling in here. I really appreciate it. And Flounder, of course, and boys, Pete's off again. We'll flounder it around, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. In the meantime, sing me home, Christine. Gotta go, baby. You're killing me. Look out, Herb. Stand by.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station.